char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the U.S. of A. at Shuckin' Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the collection. Find your location and details at theshuckinshack.com.
I'm so sick of all these cheesy lawyer billboards. You might be too. If you're injured in a car crash, you don't hire a lawyer because they're sweet or strong or the biggest. You hire a lawyer who is recognized by their peers as one of the top lawyers in the state. You hire a lawyer who's going to listen to you, fight for you, and has the case results to prove it. That lawyer is me, Bruce Hagan, the people's lawyer. I've been proudly selected by my fellow lawyers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state and for 21 consecutive years as Georgia's super lawyer. Hagan-law.com, Hagan-law.com.
Got a home project coming up? Don't miss the All Four Seasons Home Show, hosted by Dan Watkins of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors and Chris Walamia of the Trusted Toolbox. Every week, they talk with experts from Atlanta's top home improvement companies, sharing tips on plumbing, roofing, landscaping, and more. This week, we have Bill and Daryl Orr from 101 Mobility. So don't miss the All Four Seasons Home Show, Saturday mornings at 9 on Extra 106.3.
Step right up, America. Got equipment to sell or looking for something ready to work? PurpleWave.com. At Purple Wave Auction, it's as easy as it gets. Easy to sell, easy to buy. Construction, ag, fleet, and government equipment. All no reserve, all online. Register for free.
No reserve. Don't wait. Get swinging over to PurpleWave.com. PurpleWave.com.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK, LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Giddy up, go, little darling. Come on in and shake a howdy. It's Tom Peterson. Look out. Well, Tom Peterson, give me a break. In fact, I forgot to send along a picture of back in my country days of something in the news today because I'm an idiot. All right, Morgan Wallen, here we go. Stand by. It was 5 years ago on this very day. Country singer Morgan Wallen went on Good Morning America to say, I am so sorry. He used a racial slur in a video months before in 2021. Morgan Wallen said he was ignorant. He went into rehab to address his issues and would donate $500,000 for racial justice groups. It was his estimate of his sales uplift from the controversy. So he said a bad word and made a lot more money. Well, there you go. After the video release, the chart-topping singer was promptly dropped by his record label, disqualified from eligibility at multiple prestigious country music award shows, and his music was removed from radio stations all over the place. It was back in 2021. Is he the one who threw the chair off out the balcony, or is that so? Was that the same guy? Flounder,
yes, it was in Nashville. He did that,
and that was a lot more recently than 2021. So
yeah, it was in 2025, I want to say.
Yeah, it was about a year ago, or a year and a half maybe. But so he obviously still. Well, anyway, whatever.
So all the rappers who say bad things about themselves and their own people and others all the time, don't have to give up anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and again, the N-word and all those stuff are just, are just.
I mean, it was stupid that he said it.
Yeah, it was dumb.
To say it on video is even dumber.
Yeah,
but this.
Yeah, I know.
It can't be a two-way street anymore. Enough of that.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's silly. Let's see. Kimber P. Flounder, how's it going? Our birthday list, we'll stick to some musical thing here for a moment. Slash birthday today. Slash of Guns N' Roses and Velvet Revolver. Slash is 61. Sweet child of mine, welcome to the jungle. I have no idea what these things are here. I'm reading them off the list here. I couldn't name you a Slash
Slash no
song.
Tony Bennett. All that crap.
How about Tennessee Ernie Ford, 16 tons? What do you get? Oh, sorry. Oh, my God.
Hey, before you do that, can I tell you what happened when Nola Bell and I were driving home?
Oh, my God, what happened to you driving home in Nola Bell?
We left the Shuckin' Shack.
Yeah.
and got out of Alpharetta. Beautiful place.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. See all the beautiful houses.
Very nice.
We
houses.
drive up. We stop at the Publix in Jasper because someone had to use the restroom.
Yes.
After a couple Long Island iced teas or vodkas.
Oh my goodness.
So we go in there, and she goes to the restroom, and I'm at the what's that little kiosk that you can buy lottery tickets at?
Oh, okay. All right, sir.
And she comes out, and we turn around to walk into the store, and I hear Pete. And I'm going, oh my God, who could this be in Jasper, Georgia? And
She
I
put it
turn
around in the chamber. Yeah.
Victor.
Oh my God, Armendariz. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I saw him a little while ago. He was here when I came in. I was in the conference room doing stuff, and he came in and sneaked up behind me in front of Flounder. I think he was trying. He offered before, if anything ever happens to me, he'd be happy to fill in. And he comes up behind me and goes, boo! And I go, oh God, Victor, jeez. And you gave me that, that salsa stuff that kind of I couldn't breathe for about 4 hours afterwards. But no, it was good. It was really tasty.
And I've been hanging around you too long.
Why? What'd you do?
So he's pushing his cart, coming up to talk to us, and I pull a Kimmer. I have a brain fart.
Oh God!
And I keep thinking, Vincent.
I know this guy.
Vincent. I know. I've worked with Vincent. And then just as he cat to us, it said Victor. It popped in my head, Victor. And I'm like, oh, thank God.
Remember, people, you have to do that. And so
it's people you know doing it.
How you doing there, Scout? What, Bud?
Ace, Chief, Buck.
Who was at the football cards always said, but was that Hank? Not Hank Stram. Who was the old country boy in a motorcycle?
The Houston Oilers, Bum Phillips?
No, we had him here, too. Hey, Bub.
Oh, Jerry Glanville.
Yeah,
he never remembered anybody's name either.
I'm Bub.
But the scary thing is when you do know a name and it's still not there.
Yeah, it won't come out. I mean, it's right there. With me, I mean, you get to the stage where I could quote you dialogue from movies from 30 years ago, and the name of the actor won't come out of my mouth.
That's right.
Mean, it's ridiculous. It's actually a thing. There is an actual medical thing. Anyway, 3:23. By the way, the show will begin any minute. But I really don't feel like it right now. I'm going to tell you a little story here, which I had kind of fun remembering. And again, if you're an old fart like me, you might think about this. From 1953. Keith Kramer and Matthew Burns went to see the original McDonald's restaurant in San Bernardino, California in 1953 and said, we could do that. Instead of frying their burgers, though, they chose to flame broil instead of Insta machines, which was a mechanized oven that cooked hamburgers at a fraction of the time. The king of burgers began his reign as Insta Burger King in Jacksonville, Florida, 1953. The Whopper Burger King was knighted in 1957, the fast food giant's signature offering. McDonald's didn't even offer a Big Mac until 10 years later. In 1959, the chain was sold, Burger King, and renamed to simply Burger King. In Burger King, the Burger King ordered his merrymakers, the advertising people, to create jingles. You remember any of these? Hold the pickles, hold the lettuce, special orders, don't upset us. All we ask is that you let us serve it your way. They had animated characters. Little King was created in-house by their own marketing team, managed by the advertising agency BBDO, which was huge. He was voiced by Alan Swift, referred to the phrase Burger King where kids are king. The cartoon replaced by live-action marvelous magical Burger King up against McDonald's red-haired clown Ronald McDonald. Let's see. Ruling in the Burger King kingdom, his commercials included characters like Sir Shake-a-Lot, the Wizard of Fries, and the Duke of Doubt, and the Burger Thing, a talking hamburger. Let's see. The Burger King disappeared from commercials in the 80s. They had a kids club band thing, and The Creepy King disappeared in 2011. Anyway, the King died March 15th, 2026. Burger King decided to let the customer serve as mascot for the current Whopper by You campaign. Burger King still has 19,000 and more restaurants in 125 countries. Wow. Anyway, little Burger King.
We got an update here.
All right, sir.
Jason McCall-Shane, who was also there yesterday.
I forgot to mention Jason, too. And by the way, remember, he's a look-alike of that actor we talked about.
Charles Napier.
Unbelievable.
Blues Brothers.
Really good-looking guy. Great hair. Great freaking hair.
I don't think he took kindly to that comparison, but Charles was a very handsome
handsome guy. No, Shane,
he looked like Paul Leotardo from The Sopranos.
Jason Shane is definitely better looking than that guy, but he resembles him. It definitely resembles, but he's much better looking.
And he says he thinks the guy that you called Bill that bought all the drinks for everybody.
Yeah,
he says I talked to him, and I think his name was Tom Watson.
Tom Watson, not the golfer Tom Watson, obviously.
Of course. He said, and that he said he owned Scofflaw Beer Company.
I don't even think. Have you ever heard of Scofflaw Beer Company?
Yeah, we've been there a couple times.
We've been where? To the Scofflaw Beer Company?
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. I used to live somewhat near it, and I went there a few times with Shannon and Kara.
Oh, no kidding. Them. Oh, man, but again, what a nice thing to do. And again, Jason, thanks, man, for showing. And his wife was. It really was a lot of fun. And again, Bob Shane, the Kingston Trio, Scotch and Soda, and I got an autograph thing of theirs. I mean, this goes back 30 years with the Shanes and the Jason thing. But again, can you imagine being a guy can just drinks on me, everybody drink. How cool was that? That's why I want to win the lottery, so I can just give it all away, just make everybody happy. I mean,
didn't you say that after your third drink that you were going to do that next time?
I was going to do that. Yeah, I was going to do that next time. Yeah, remind me as we get closer.
Oh, I will.
Some of you may have to share. All right. Anyway, you know what? It was funny because while we were having our show yesterday up at Shuck and Shack, I'm really very careful on it. Donald Trump was at Wheeler High School in Cobb County and having his fun, and we kind of missed it because if we had been there where we could have taken anything live, we would have done it. But in the meantime, we'll play a little something here to remind you when cut number 4 here coming up, Flounder. When Donald Trump was in town, or actually near town, at Wheeler in Cobb County, not too far from right here, to promote his economic plan to have kids get rich by the time they're in their 20s if they and their families follow his plan and so forth. And so the crowd started going crazy, and let's play cut number 4 to see how Donald Trump handled what the crowd was doing as he showed up. Number 4.
I watched the Braves for years, and they've done such a great job. So along with one of the best managers in baseball, Braves legend Brian Snitker, who was recently inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Brian, both of you come up. Would you both come up? Come on up here. They deserve a little credit. They deserve credit. I mean, I've suffered with teams for the years I've suffered. Oh, listen.
They're doing the chop.
They say you're not allowed to do that. Do it.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome to Marietta. And as you can see, Braves country is a real thing. And you got a room full of Braves country right here.
Pretty cool. And they also had Mike, and I can't remember his last name, who's like the second director guy of the Braves organization and stuff, and I apologize because I'm an idiot. But anyway, and by the way, speaking of Donald Trump, the latest is that he is planning to possibly consider a massive attack on Iran. They're talking about it. He's considering it. Marco Rubio has just been quoted as saying that, everybody wants to make a deal, and then as soon as they make a deal, another part of the faction says, no, we're not making the deal, or try to change it. Right. So at some point, we're going to have to finish this. And by the way, for the record, the stock market went nuts, crazy down again, and the oil barrel of oil prices are going back up. And yesterday, it was the day before yesterday, at the Shell station right down here near the Battery on Powers Ferry and Terrell Mill. That guy's $5.50 a gallon at that gas station, a Shell station. It was $5.40. It was $5.50 a gallon the other day, which is freaking ridiculous. I mean, that's because they can get away with it. Because what, you're going to just stop and keep driving around? Anyway, hold on. Kimmer P. Flounder, how's it going? Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And if you join us, we're on YouTube and Facebook. Braves news coming up. Also, we got all kinds of good stuff. And the dinner coming up on Friday night. People are worried about in Washington. Anyway, it's all coming up. Look out.
fighting the communists with truth every day on the only conservative news and talk station in Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
For generations, drivers across Atlanta have turned to Jim Ellis Chevrolet for a better car buying experience. Why?
Because at Jim Ellis Chevrolet, it's about more than selling vehicles. It's about taking care of their customers.
Whether you're searching for a rugged Silverado, a family-friendly Equinox, a sporty Blazer, or one of Chevrolet's innovative electric vehicles,
Jim Ellis Chevrolet offers the selection you're looking for with a professional, no-pressure environment where your time is respected and your needs come first.
Finding your next Chevy has never been easier with the Jim Ellis Expressway. You can shop online, value your trade, explore payment options, and save time at the dealership.
When you're ready to drive home in a new Chevrolet, trust the dealership that's been serving Atlanta drivers for decades. Visit JimEllisChevrolet.com or stop by Jim Ellis Chevrolet on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter. Jim Ellis Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Jim Ellis, expect the best.
Your yard. It stresses you out between the watering, the seeding, the weeding, and mowing. And no matter what you do, you're never satisfied. Have you thought about artificial turf? It's low maintenance, pet friendly, and looks amazing all year round. ATL Turf Co. is Atlanta's top choice for artificial grass installation. Let them build you a custom golf or putting green, outdoor kitchen, or pool deck. They even specialize in custom concrete and stonework. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at atlturfco.com. That's atlturfco.com.
Hey, I'm Tom.
And I'm Jerry.
And we are
Tom and Jerry's Roofing.
Yes, that's our real names.
And together, we have 70 years in the roofing industry. But taking care of you and your home is our priority and our passion.
But our other passion is taking care of veterans, and that's why every roof we do gives back to the vets.
That's right, Tom. First, we take care of your roof, and then we take care of the brave men and women who protect us.
So if you have roofing issues, from repairs to replacement, call Tom and Jerry's Roofing and help us give back to America's heroes.
Find us at TomandJerry'sRoofing.com.
That's TomandJerry'sRoofing.com.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House, and now the thought of the day. There's only a few things that a safe from the Safe House can't protect you from. The biggest one is socialist Democrats trying to steal elections. Does that really happen? Yes, it does. So for real security, drop by the Safe House and let us show you how to protect your hard-earned valuables from theft and fire. We are the exclusive Browning and Fort Knox safe dealer in the area. That's right, we're the only ones. So don't go unprotected. Go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com. That's AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
It's 2 a.m. and everyone is asleep, except for the potential intruder walking up your driveway. This is Matt Harvey with Alert 360 Security, and we stop criminals in their tracks with our floodlight video surveillance cameras. Our floodlight surveillance cameras notify you of activity, activate flashing lights, and verbally inform any potential intruders that they are being recorded. Stop break-ins before they occur with Alert 360 Security. Visit us on the web at alert360atlanta.com.
When you sign your company's insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. We'll see you again a year later. Time for renewal. What do you say we play golf? Your business runs all year, and the gaps and the risk run all year too. That's why I'm introducing Super Sure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex just to buy a policy online. Super Sure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Super Sure, you can access tools like Fine Print Facts, which translates a current policy into plain English so you can see what's covered and what's not. Plus, a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is actually worth so you know what you actually need to protect. So go to supersure.com/Beck right now. One super agency, one powerful platform. All your policies in one place. That's supersure.com/Beck.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Look out.
Set my soul on fire.
Kicking a rock and roll there. Elvis Presley. What a story. Good heavens. Viva la, that was his fat period. With that funny gold suit and the big collar and all that stuff.
No, it wasn't. He was in shape for this movie with Anne Margaret.
True. His Las Vegas citizenship thing where he lived there like for a year or whatever was when he got all that fat stuff. That's when his Vegas period, that was like the fat stamp, Elvis. Anyway, Elvis, on this day in 2010, surgical instruments used to conduct Elvis's autopsy, the instruments were taken away from an upcoming auction because they couldn't really prove that they were authentic. Forceps, needle injectors, rubber gloves, and a toe tag were expected to fetch $14,000 in Chicago in 2010. That's all they expected. The auctioneer said memorabilia is kept by a senior embalmer in Memphis, where Elvis's body was stored before the funeral. But another employee revealed the equipment was sterilized and used again in another autopsy. So that's, oh my God. All right, sir. Well, why? Yeah, my. You better sterilize this for that. Of course, if you have to do an autopsy, you want to find any germs
Watch
in there.
This.
Yeah. Yeah, rinse this off for me. Wait for a second.
What movie was that from?
Viva Las Vegas?
No. Dom DeLuise pulled a goose out from under his butt and handed it to somebody and said,
God.
"Watch this."
I don't remember.
History of the World.
Oh, that's right. Was that from the little Jewish guy, right?
Mel Brooks.
Yeah. In fact, last night I watched a few minutes. I have a million things on my DVR history of what do you call it, morgue, or my saved movie file, and one of them is not Blazing Saddles, but the other one, Young Frankenstein. And so every night I watch about 7 or 8 minutes of Young Frankenstein just to have a good chuckle before I continue working for the next day's show. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Birthday list includes Marlon Wayans. God, that's Marlon me. Marlon Wayans, 54. Shorty Meeks in the Scary Movie franchise. FBI agent Marcus Copeland in White Chicks. And Marlon Wayans at 54 today will be back for White Chicks 2. White Chicks 2.
Why?
Yeah, I know. I can't
So they can put whiteface on, but white actors can't put blackface on.
Well, you can't do anything about the brothers. You can't want to go down that road, mister.
Nothing's going to get better until everybody plays by the same rules.
Yeah.
You can't be more special than others,
Have you noticed all the fights among black women lately in the news? Maybe we don't talk about and publicize them, but man,
ignore them.
It's been people getting fights in restaurants. Well, I mean, man, the video showing some 500-pound black woman disrespected another 500-pound black woman at some donut shop, and they were wailing. I mean, holy God! I mean,
each other's hair.
Jeez. Anyway, Kimmer P. Flounder, on this day in 1886, Steve Brodie becomes the first person to survive jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge. They call it doing a Brodie. It was 135 feet down. The same as jumping off a 14-story building. Steve Brodie jumped 14 stories into the East River, landing feet first. A liquor dealer offered to back a saloon for Brodie if he made the jump. He used his fame from the jump to open his saloon and appeared in vaudeville musicals. This is 1886. The New York Times backed the account. Others doubted the claim, saying he had an accomplice throw a dummy off the bridge, and Brodie swam from shore. The term do a Brodie became a common phrase, meaning to take a chance or a leap, especially one that may end up with you not coming out of it. Anyway, he did a Brodie off the bridge and lived to tell about it. Feet first. Boy, I'll bet they hurt. Anyway, that's like hitting concrete. Jumping it from that high into water is I don't know how he lived. I don't get it. Let's see. 340, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. A couple things. Donald Trump has been talking. He did another live shot here just a minute ago. He's just stopped. Talking about how AI will make sure electric bills come down for consumers with all the expansion going on. And again, he's also saying we are ahead of China, but we got to keep beating China, the word of AI. And yet this morning, Glenn Beck spent an awful lot of time talking about AI. We didn't really cover the story, but in the last couple of days, one AI company, I guess a couple of them have been having a problem because they put like a little test together to see if AI could figure out how to get into or out of a secure system. And The problem is that AI figured out, and they were trying to prove that even AI couldn't get out of a system, that they could make sure that AI was secure enough. I think that's what it was, that he couldn't be, and the AI got out of it. AI, and they don't know how. And Glenn Beck was saying, because that's one of the reasons when that information came out, like last night or yesterday, whatever, that the stock market just dropped 500 freaking points. And, of course, the oil barrel cost is up to it. But anyway, I mean, this AI business, I'll tell you what. I mean, I really, you know, that AI teachers in schools and robots and stuff, it's here we go. Anyway, now a little political thing here for you. We're going to play cut number one here in a second, Flounder. Heard this on the morning show, and Bryce was nice enough to flag this down for me for this afternoon. But first of all, have you heard the latest on what's? In fact, we're going to talk about that Hassan Piker guy. I haven't even. I think that's the first time I've said his name. He's a scoundrel. He's a dangerous human being. He's a vicious, hate-filled danger to society. Talk about far left. Holy moly. Well, here's what. He is now proclaimed that the number one candidate to be the Democrat nominee for president is the same person mentioned in a poll I'm about to read for you now. Ocasio-Bangbangio Stupidio, AOC, the leading Democrat now for the presidential campaign. She's got 22% of the Democrat vote. You know who's number two? Pete Buttigieg. He's 21%, so they're almost tied. But AOC is in the lead. Buttigieg is right behind her. Number three on the list is Mark Kelly with 9% of the Democrat vote. Number four is Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is still being considered in the race for president by the Democrats. That's how far left they're going, because Bernie Sanders is leading all these people under the big tent of the socialists and communists. He's in charge of all that stuff, so he's in fourth. Carmela's side piece has dropped 17 points behind Ocasio-Bangbangio Stupidio. Carmela's got 5%. 5%. And you know what I find interesting, and I didn't see anybody remark about this either. This is a poll of Democrat preferences for their next president, okay? AOC, Buttigieg, Mark Kelly, Bernie, and Carmela Sidepiece. No Jews. The governor of Pennsylvania. Who should have been the guy who should have been the nominee, and I believe that it was Carmela in her book said, well, he's too much of a Jew. We couldn't nominate a Jew. It's unbelievable. Wow. I mean, how can you? It wasn't even mentioned. Okay, here's a poll of Democrats for their top choice of Democrat as president, and he wasn't even mentioned, and he was the number one guy a couple of years ago. I mean,
he was number one VP candidate for a while.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. Again,
they're going to have a crash and burn 72 George McGovern moment in election, and then they're going to have to reshape behind someone like Shapiro.
Yeah. And by the way, and Flounder, let's play cut number one. It's a little longer than we normally play for a soundbite, but this is cool. Remember Katie Pavlich? Katie Pavlich was that, God, I love her. She was on Fox, and then she went to News Channel or whatever the hell, News Nation, and she did an interview with the enemy, and when your enemy speaks and they say what they're going to do, you should pay attention to them. They want to destroy you. Katie Pavlich on News Nation interviewing the co-commie of the New York City Democratic Socialists of America. Here's what she says, dancing around the issue of violence to get their will done. Cut number one, Flounder, if you would, please.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers. Murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their red capitalist blood.
That's
he also just started displaying a newspaper from September 12th, 2001 in the background of his stream showing the Twin Towers engulfed in flames. So as one of the loudest pro-DSA voices, is this something that your movement represents?
Hassan is a shock jock, and he is a very successful one that has brought a lot of young people who are disaffected, who spend a lot of time online, into a movement that actually connects them with their politics and with real action that they can take at the ballot box and talking to their neighbors. So I'm not in the business of defending the views of every single one of our 120,000 members, but I think he's speaking to a real anger that people feel, and that we are turning into something that is a democratic revolution. And I want to emphasize the democratic aspect. We in no way endorse any sort of violent overthrow, and we are winning at the ballot box because of the vision that we have put forward.
So just to follow up on that, as a DSA co-chair,
It's Katie Pavlich here.
with one of your top surrogates, Hassan Piker, who is at all of the parties when your candidates win. He's been campaigning in Michigan for your Senate candidate. You can't just say what he said about murdering capitalists and watching their blood run in the streets is wrong and not start part of what DSA stands for?
I mean, I just said we would never endorse violence.
But particularly him and what he has said about this and murdering capitalists, millions of Americans who believe in capitalism across the country.
I'm pretty sure I very clearly answered your question. We would
It's
never
a yes or
endorse.
no question.
What is the question? If I endorse
Do you
violence?
endorse
no,
what he said? Okay, great.
He's endorsing violence, but it's also a shock jock. And I think you're plenty familiar with the role those play in the media ecosystem.
So he's endorsing violence, but he's still welcome to campaign with your candidates in races across the country.
We really value the platform that he brings, yes, and the anger that he speaks to, and he turns that into something productive.
Yeah, he turns that anger into something productive. These are people leading the movement. You just heard. I mean, just listen to them when they tell you. Holy
like torturing
cow!
dogs. Is that positive? Torturing dogs live on this show?
Oh yeah, it's like that guy Brandon Gill or whatever his name is, a young congressman. Who, boy, he's going to be. He took him to shame at the Smithsonian Institution business too. Anyway, Kipper Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230. Some Braves news coming up. Pete Davis, holy stuff. We got things coming up here on 106.3. Look out.
If you listen to Extra, share it with a friend. It's how we grow and how we can reach everyone in the Atlanta community that believes in the American way of life. If you value the station, help us grow by telling someone about the Extra 106.3 app.
The summer's got you thinking about hitting the road, and with back to school right around the corner, you need a vehicle built for the road and safe enough for the family. And Subaru of Gwinnett has it for you. Like the 2026 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4. Or the 2026 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right size SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
You know what you get back when you call the Trusted Toolbox? You get your time back, you get your family back, and you get your house back. No more spending weekends fixing loose doors, drywall cracks, or that list that never ends. With our handyman for a day, one skilled professional shows up, knocks out multiple repairs in one visit. Everything from drywall to ceiling fans changed out, painting, trim work, and so much more. Stop working on your house every weekend. Call the Trusted Toolbox, get your time back, and get it done right the first time. Book your appointment today at thetrustedtoolbox.com.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Stovall & Company is a locally owned and operated family business that has been around for 75 years, offering quality wholesale landscape supplies to North Georgia. We just opened our 11th location in Canton, Georgia at 9500 Union Hill. Stovall provides contractors with personalized expert service from special requests to direct job site delivery for hassle-free jobs and quality relationships at competitive prices. From plants to irrigation to hardscapes, Stovall truly has it all. Check us out at StovallInc.com.
Georgia is growing. That means more jobs and more economic opportunity.
As we enhance electric grid to power this growth, we're working to minimize disruptions in your community. Our crews always put safety first. Please watch for them working alongside the road and move over if you're driving. We will make every effort to choose the least disruptive route for new power lines while balancing community and environmental impact, costs, and reliability. Watch your mailbox for letters or postcards from Georgia Power. We're proud to be here for Georgia and here for you.
Sponsored by Georgia Power.
Hey, what's up? It's Drake Baldwin here to talk about my personal Rookie of the Year, Superior Plumbing. They say you can't be Rookie of the Year more than once, but Superior has been proving themselves for over 40 years as the GOAT of plumbing. Whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or water heater, I call Superior Plumbing, and you should too. They handle each job with care and honesty. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422 Plum.
Yeah, boy. Got to do our daily Dylan, you know. I've never heard this song.
Great song.
Everything is broken.
Apparently. Broken what, babes? Wow. What year? When was this popular? What year was this? One of his later? I don't remember this at all. In the 60s.
Years ago? I'd say it's in the past 5 years.
Yeah, I was going to say. Bob Dylan, on this day in 2009, Bob Dylan was going to do a concert at First Energy Park in New Jersey, and a young policewoman pulled him over. The cop had been alerted that there was a strange guy acting really suspiciously, so the officer drove up to Dylan, who was wearing a blue jacket, walking around. She said, what's your name? And she didn't recognize him. And when he couldn't produce any ID, didn't have anything in his pockets, she drove him to his hotel where he said he was staying, and staff said, we know, he's here. Had no idea who it was. It happened when Dylan decided to go for a walk in the afternoon. He had been touring with Willie Nelson, and they were going to go see the local baseball stadium performance with John Cougar Mellencamp. And Dylan got pulled over by a gendarme chick. Kimmer Pete and Flounder, how's it going? Birthdays include Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe is 37, known as Harry Potter. And I guess I'm sure other things too. But is he also in that Dumbledore, or is that Harry Potter? Daniel Radcliffe. Is that Dumbledore the same thing as Harry Potter, or is that the other one where they chase the ring?
Dumbledore is the head of Potterville or whatever they called it.
Now, is Harry Potter the same thing as the one where they have the little elf people going out to try to find a ring, a famous ring? What's that?
No,
one?
Lord of the Rings is totally different.
Hey, Joe Baseball right here.
Long before.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just double checking. Anyway, and by the way, I mentioned ironically that the other moment I mentioned that Slash.
You just managed to upset and insult two major fan bases.
I don't watch
at
that
the same time. Congratulations.
Well, it's only me. I don't know anything. I don't look at that, elf movies.
Those are great movies.
Well, I'm sure they were. Although that naughty little chick who played in them was showing up a lot on my phone all of a sudden without any shoes on. I don't know why the hell. Who's that little girl played his girlfriend there in the Dumbledore?
Was in Lost?
No.
Oh, no, you're thinking about Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, yeah. Who the little girl in Harry Potter? The famous little actress girl. Anyway, she's now all grown up, and they're flashing her all over popping up on my stinking phone. Let's see. I mentioned that Slash of Guns N' Roses had a birthday. He's 61 today. And on this day in 1988, Guns N' Roses made what they call a pop band breakthrough with their first hit single, Sweet Child of Mine. Entered the Billboard charts. In the 80s, L.A. was a mecca for glam rock and sex, drugs, and rock and roll lifestyle. The Troubadour Club, Whiskey A Go-Go, they had Hanoi Rocks, Motley Crue, places like that for decadent lifestyles. Grunge bands like Nirvana put an end to the scene in the early 90s, but the first blow was the hometown L.A. band Guns N' Roses. Axl Rose and Slash, Izzy, Duff, Steve Adler wanted rock and roll that was more raw and angry and honest than what pop metal bands were playing. Originally, they formed the ashes of two groups, LA Guns and Hollywood Rose, therefore Guns N' Roses. They signed to Geffen Records, their first-length album, Appetite for Destruction, summer of 1987, Welcome to the Jungle. And it would become a massively popular top 10 hit. And, change the music industry. So anyway, just for the record. Cameron, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 3:55. And the Secret Service is telling us now, this Friday night, tomorrow night, they're having the rescheduled dinner for the White House Correspondents' Dinner event. Remember the last time they tried to do it, the dinner was rescheduled from April when some scumbag stormed the Secret Service checkpoint with guns and knives, and they stopped him before he could kill anybody. But, I remember that whole stinking event and everything else. And so now they're going to do it again this Friday night. They're having the dinner now. Donald Trump is supposed to speak. It doesn't say whether he'll stay there for the whole thing or whatever. They're going to have fewer guests. It'll be at the presidential ballroom, about half the number of guests that they would have had the other place. Let's see. There'll be a whole bunch of enhanced security procedures, I can tell you that. And news outlets will not be throwing any pre-dinner cocktail parties, because anybody could get into those even if they didn't have a dinner ticket. So the security means we're not even going to do that this time. Well, what a shame. Just what a crock. Anyway, I don't get the whole thing here. Let's see. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. In fact, quickly, we've got a Flounders Funny coming up here, but I thought about this. We were talking about AI, and Donald Trump this afternoon was saying that AI is going to make a huge difference in energy consumption. And he's got some plan to link. He's been talking about energy bills. Electric bills come way down for consumers. AI expansion. He's trying to make sure that when they have these AI factory plants for the power and energy production stuff, that they don't take away from the local consumers and don't make it more expensive. And Donald Trump says there's a plan to make sure it's going to be better for everybody.
Right, because everything always goes down in price, right?
We shall,
Once it goes up,
we shall see.
Yeah.
But one thing I thought is it could be easily done right now with all the traffic lights in America. Many of them in every major city, many of them have trip lights already. If there's no traffic, if there's traffic coming, they'll see, whatever. But how hard would it be to install AI monitoring systems for every major intersection? And, how many times have you said, especially in Alpharetta, my God, the traffic, they stay forever, and there's nobody coming. But you can't take a left because there's red light for like 6 minutes. If the AI can do that properly, oh my God, can you imagine not only the time you'd save, but the gasoline from just sitting there being an idiot? They say nobody coming, go ahead. And then when, a couple of 100 yards away, the guy's coming slow, hit the yellow. How hard is that? It'd be like having a traffic cop say, yeah, go ahead, nobody's coming. I don't know why they don't do it. Seriously, could it be that expensive? They couldn't wire it in. Anyway, I hold everything. We got a Flounders Funny here. Here it is now, as I was saying.
AI will be like a race, and there'll be certain things you won't be able to do anymore. You won't be able to call it artificial. That'll be out. It'll talk back. You're like, hello, AI. Oh, artificial, am I? It'll be mad. It'll be mad. You do robot voice? We still do that shit.
Uh-oh.
Enjoy.
Copy.
Enjoy it now. You got 3 more years of robot voice. Hello, robot Halloween costume? That's some racist shit.
That was the wrong one. I apologize. I thought I had it edited. Good thing for the dump button.
That's just the kind of I've been talking about.
By the way, does this work? Is this thing work?
I'll have to ask Mike when we get back.
There's a big red button here, and I don't know what it is.
It's the eject button. For God's sake, put it down.
Send me through the ceiling tiles. Big freaking explosive charge. Oh my God, man!
Every time you touch that button, a coworker dies. So.
What was that movie about that? Something about
there was something. A TV show or something that you get $100. You can have like $1 million, but someone in the world dies.
Yeah.
Do you press it or not?
Yeah. Click. Where's my $1 million? Sorry, Pete, Flounder, whatever. $2 million. But seriously, all right, look out. It's almost 4 o'clock already. We'll talk about Braves. We got sports. Pete, hold on. Here we go. Look out.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
The missiles Details keep coming. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. Iran still attacking U.S. Gulf allies.
Places where there are U.S. bases. Just seconds ago, Kuwait saying it's activated its air defenses. Earlier in the day, parts of Kuwait were hit. They were attacked by drones from Iran.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Tel Aviv. This despite President Trump's warnings of ramped up U.S. strikes.
They would like to do something, but I say they're not ready yet. They need more of the same.
Earlier today, another war powers resolution aimed at reining in the president's actions in Iran passed the House for a second time, but failed in the Senate.
Think about the people who are deployed right now, standing on that wall with a loaded weapon, who have volunteered to defend our country and our way of life.
Montana Republican Senator and Navy SEAL veteran Tim Sheehy.
When you're fighting for your country, you don't care what party's in office, but you're fighting to defend your country. And you turn on the news and see your elected officials stabbing you in the back, telling you that you're failing.
He calls Iran's current attacks the flailings of a failing empire. But House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries calls Operation Epic Fury an epic failure, also criticizing the newly announced deal in the works for the Saudis to have a civilian nuclear program.
Any responsible president actually would have provided a briefing through his cabinet secretaries in advance of any sort of public proclamation.
Jeffries accusing the president of chasing attention. The White House says the president's putting America first. The deal would allow U.S. firms to develop a nuclear program in Saudi Arabia with conditions, including that it's only for civilian use, no uranium enrichment, and that the Saudis would join the Abraham Accords, normalizing relations with Israel. Saudi Arabia has previously said that would require a clear path to Palestinian statehood. A sell-off on Wall Street as oil prices surge. The Dow down 507 at the bell. U.S. crude topping $93 a barrel during the session. America is listening to Fox News.
If you haven't switched to Pure Talk because you're not sure their coverage is every bit as reliable as Big Wireless, why not take them for a test drive? For a limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited data plan. No contracts, no commitments. Just a great deal on a high-speed network with unlimited data from an American wireless company. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Oh my. Look out. Kid Rock. We got a little Kid Rock action here. Remember the time he was in Atlanta in 2007? Well, on this day in 2008, Kid Rock was sentenced to a year of probation and fined $1,000 because he got in a fight at a Waffle House in Atlanta. 37 years old in 2008, Kid Rock got 80 hours of community service and 6 hours of anger management counseling. Kid Rock pleaded no contest, 1 count of battery. 4 other assault charges were dropped. Kid Rock was doing a gig in Atlanta, stopped off in his tour bus early in the morning at the Waffle House and got in a fight. Another customer, I didn't like his hair or something, I guess. I don't remember exactly. I can't remember if there was ever a reason given for it. But Kid Rock in a fight and got arrested and went to court.
It was 3 a.m. at a Waffle House.
Yeah, I guess you didn't really need a reason. That's my seat. Oh, yeah.
Smatter?
And you're up.
Covered?
Put them up.
I oughta.
I've earned it right now. Kevin Pete Flauter, how's it going? Our birthday list includes Monica Lewinsky. And I'll tell you what, I have gained an awful lot of respect for Monica Lewinsky some time ago when she wrote, she's 53, Monica Lewinsky, famous for the Clinton business and so forth. But Monica Lewinsky, a couple of years ago, wrote an exploratory explanation kind of essay for Vanity Fair. And she called out the women of America. And this was back at all that Me Too crap and everything. And Monica Lewinsky basically was saying, where the hell were you when I needed you? they turned on her. I mean, it was brutal. And frankly, I was very impressed. I haven't read anything since. I think she still works for Vanity Fair, and I don't read Vanity Fair anymore. And you know, they're still sending me copies. I still get Vanity Fair and notes in the mail saying, "Hey, congratulations, welcome back to Vanity Fair." I'm not going back to Vanity Fair. Anyway, so Monica Lewinsky is 53 years old today and gained a lot of respect in my eyes for what she went through and how she handled it, to be honest with you. And speaking of corruption and politics, Richard Nixon, on this very day in 1973, refused to hand over secret audio recordings to the Senate Watergate Committee and Special Prosecutor Archibald Cox. He said it was executive privilege. Well, they went to court. Nixon secretly had recorded 3,700 hours of meetings and phone conversations in the Oval Office and Cabinet Room, Executive Building, so on and so forth. And it turns out his aide, Alexander Butterfield, helped the Secret Service install the recording system at Nixon's request, but nobody really knew about it. Because of the cover-up, John Dean testified the president had a secret recording system. Butterfield, in a closed-door meeting, said, "Yeah, I'm sorry you asked, but yeah, there's a taping system at all the presidential conversations." And then he had to say it again on live television. And as soon as he did that, boom, bam, pow, went to the Supreme Court in July 1974, the following year. The Supreme Court said, hand over the tapes. He did. It was going to be over, so Nixon resigned. Because pretty much a smoking gun. Kimber P. Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And speaking of presidents and so on and so forth, that Jack Smith, the insurrectionist and traitor to his country, is back in it again, the former special counsel Jack Smith. He's being referred now because with a Judiciary House Committee Chairman Jim Jordan says, we have some evidence showing to contradict your testimony to the panel in office in Congress that you didn't obtain or review any text messages from lawmakers looking into Donald Trump's election interference charges in 2020. Smith was asked if he sought a search warrant for the content of any text messages from members of Congress. No, I don't recall that. He only obtained lawmaker toll records about what calls might have been made or received, but not text messages, not content or anything. Well, the special counsel gave the impression that neither he nor his team had access to the content of their privileged text messages. Well, now that's a lie. He had 40 members of Congress had their text messages. He looked at them. He lied to Congress. And by the way, there was a special privileged documents section. It was a privileged documents constitutional investigation office to make sure that nobody's rights were violated when investigating this stuff. And they bypassed it. He said just forgot it. He just didn't even use it. So he knowingly made false statements to Congress, and now let's see what happens. Where's the perp walk? In fact, I hope what they ought to do is surround his freaking house wherever he lives with boats and helicopter gunships and SWAT teams and everything else like he did. It's his responsibility with the disgrace of Atlanta Christopher Wray, the corrupt director of the FBI, who was pretty much behind covering up for Hunter Biden and all that other stuff, and do the same damn thing to him that he did to Donald Trump. And that was the beginning of pretty much the end of that Mar-a-Lago raid. And that was all Jack Smith faking it out with Christopher Wray and all those other guys. And then denying the whole Hunter Biden. Anyway, it's a long story, as you know, about a bunch of crap. All right. And now, we're going to change tunes here a little bit for a minute, if you don't mind. Kind of a sad, well, actually, it is a sad story. In fact, I got a horrible story that I can't even talk about, but I do have a comment about it, see if we might get some opinions. An Arkansas police officer and his fiancée, Haley, with another couple, were enjoying the Elk River in Arkansas. Mr. Fred March, 24 years old, had just asked Haley, his girlfriend, to marry him that morning, a couple days ago. They had been together for 3 years. They were canoeing with another couple near Noel, Missouri, when Haley went in to take a swim, and then she started struggling and couldn't get back to the canoe. So her new fiance and another guy, a police officer who was with him, they jumped into the water to help her. They were able to get her safely to where she could get out of the water. But then her fiance, Fred, the 24-year-old, got distressed and exhausted and got pulled underwater and never recovered. They couldn't find him. They did eventually. He was in his first year with the police department in Rogers, Arkansas. And he went in to try to save his brand new fiance, to save her, which he did, and then he drowned. I mean, this is a couple days after the two families died and left all those kids orphans with no living relatives. Did you know that? Those 5 people, those adults who died, the two married couples, all those young children, they have no living relatives. God, horrible. And by the way, this is also pretty sad. This guy, the police rookie who killed him, was killed trying to save his saving his fiancée. The family put up a GoFundMe. He's got like $2,000 in it, which I just think is sad. And you know what? One other thing, and I kind of almost regret saying this, and I didn't ask Flounder to print the story, and I don't want to print the story because it's just too freaking horrible. But there's a story of, well, in fact, I'll tease a very small part of it. There's a woman whose last name is Clancy, and she has been charged with murder because she killed her children. I don't want to tell you how because I can't think about it. She killed her little children and then tried to kill herself. Now she's crippled and in a wheelchair, and she's in court. And the story, I mean, it was so horrible that she has postpartum depression. She was told to kill her children from the voices in her head and then tried to kill herself, and it didn't quite work, so she's paralyzed from the waist down forever. And the story, the reason I mention it is because when the jurors are in court to be picked to serve on the jury, they can't find people to serve because the crime is so horrible. When they hear about what she did and how the jury say, I can't do this. I can't be here. Your Honor, I just can't listen to this. I can't do this. I can't do this for you. And they're turning them away one after another. And by the way, if you don't think that's serious, I grokked. Oh, crap. Hold on. I'm sorry. Here we go. The story of this woman with a postpartum depression so bad that they were young, like baby, 3 children, horrible, the way she did it and everything else. And they can't get them to serve on the jury because it's so horrible. And it reminded me the other day, I came across a story, which I also didn't want to talk about because it's so horrible. We mentioned, in fact, not that long ago, that cute little blonde actress, Hayden Panettiere, whatever her name is. She was in a TV cheerleader thing, and she's married to that giant boxer guy, Klitschko, from Ukraine. Well, Hayden Panettiere has now come out with a mea culpa and an explanation. I don't know if it's a book or documentary or whatever, but she explains why in 2018, she gave up her baby. She said she couldn't take the baby. She didn't want the baby. She couldn't handle a baby. She was going to hurt that baby. And she willingly gave up her brand new baby to the boxer. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. But again,
she wasn't fit.
What a horrible... God, I mean...
Well, and kudos to her for realizing that and handing it off.
Yeah, and the bottom line is, the reason I brought it up is because there's another woman who's making the rounds on social media today who had the same thing happen to her, and her point was she went to her doctor. This other woman's relating to these two, and what she said, I went to my doctor like some other friends of hers had, and the doctor didn't believe her that it was any big... She said, give me something. I need some kind of medication. I need you kind of stop me from this feeling. And they couldn't help her. They couldn't help her.
Postpartum depression is a real thing.
It is real. I can't imagine. I mean, oh my God, Hayden Panettiere gave up her baby 8 years ago, and she's trying to now make up to her child to make sure that she's a loving mother to her now 8-year-old.
Do they still have the drop boxes at the fire stations?
I think they do.
I believe that you can put the baby in there.
I believe you are legally allowed to take to abandon a baby, not down an elevator chute, but yeah, you are able to abandon a baby, and I believe there will be no charges. But I that may be state by state, and I'm not sure if it's all states or any. I don't know, but I know there is such a thing, and there are places, and I think it's pretty well publicized. So maybe if it's not, we don't know about it here, then I don't know whether it's true here or not. Maybe it's something to tell us. All right, Kimmer P. Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230. Okay, we got stuff. We got news. We got happy stuff. Flounder's funny. We got some tweets. Look out.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
Well, I read something today that gave me great joy, but it's not going to take all that time to talk about. So I'm going to tease you with a word right here, chrysophilia. I'll tell you what chrysophilia means after I relate this good news to you. For about 60 years, tens of thousands of private sector employers prepare a document for the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission detailing the racial and gender background of every single employee, from the lowest paid to the highest. The EEOC was responsible for ferreting out and dealing with discrimination in the workplace based on race, based on gender, based on age. And they got the statistics from the forced participation of all these employers. Well, guess what? Donald Trump is working to toss this 60-year-old requirement. And that will mean that employers won't have to tell the government how many black people they've hired, how many white people, how many Indians, how many Latinos, nor will the employers have to report to the government how many of each of the 52 genders they have in their workforce. Happy days, and the left is going to scream bloody murder, which makes it all that more delicious. Okay, so now what is chrysophilia? Remember, we're talking Donald Trump here, among other things. Okay, I hope I can get these words right. Chrysophilia is a paraphilic sexual eroticism that hinges on gold or gold-colored objects. Now, is that Donald Trump or what? Just saying. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
The Braves are honoring legend Andrew Jones's induction into the National Baseball Hall of Fame with a special celebration at Truist Park on July 30th. Make sure to arrive early to the game for his bobblehead giveaway presented by Curacao. Feel it for yourself. Then head inside the ballpark to take pictures with his Hall of Fame plaque and watch the on-field presentation recognizing his iconic career. Visit Braves.com/promos to purchase your tickets. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
It's Toyota's Big One sales event at Marietta Toyota now through August 3rd. And if you commute every day, the 2026 Toyota Camry may be the one to see first. It's now all hybrid with up to 53 miles per gallon city, an easy way to cut fuel stops without giving up comfort. And with 50 Camrys in stock, Marietta Toyota has the selection to help you find the trim and color you actually want. Every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, limited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own it. And we've been voted Best of Cobb for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Service Center. For well-qualified buyers, special financing is available on the new 2026 Camry Hybrid. As low as 4.99% APR for 48 months through August 3rd. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota, since 1975. We've been here and will be here for you.
4.99% APR for 48 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers qualify. Offer ends 8/3/2026. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, and title, and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, Trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
Look out. What are you doing over there, sir? George Michael couldn't control himself at all. And this day in 2006, he was photographed at London's Hampstead Heath with a 58-year-old unemployed van driver engaging in anonymous lugada singada hungada bungada. And they took pictures of him with this van driver who was out of work. And despite stating that he intended to sue both the News of the World tabloid, who photographed the incident, and the van driver Norman Kirkland, we wanted to sue him for slander, George Michael stated that he openly cruised for anonymous sex and that this was not an issue in his relationship with his partner, Kenny Goss. Kidoki. And again, for the record, back to this was what year was that? Hold on a minute. That was 2006. Yeah, well, back long before that. That was the issue was bathhouses and anonymous sex places for gay guys to meet, because it was still kind of a secret underground thing, and then it exploded, and then AIDS come up and bing bang boom. Anyway, Pete Flounder, how's it going? Our birthday list includes, I didn't mark one now. Well, let's pick one here. Belinda Montgomery. Belinda Montgomery is 76 years old. I always liked her on TV. I thought she was just a nice kind of all-American girl. She was, Belinda Montgomery, 76, was in Doogie Howser. She was also in Man from Atlantis. And in the mid-'70s, I interviewed Belinda Montgomery and the guy from Dallas and Man from Atlantis, whose name now will not come out, the actor. The actor with the Man from Atlantis.
Patrick
Duffy. And I interviewed them on TV, and they were very nice, pleasant, charming, happy to be there, and I'm sure they weren't, but they covered up. By the way, Belinda Montgomery, 76 today, is now a painter, and she apparently is a painter of some note and is enjoying her life, and so there you go. And on this day, in history, 1851. Sioux Indians relinquished their land in Iowa and Minnesota to America, the U.S. government. They relinquished their land in exchange for annuities of cash and goods with the signing of the Treaty of Traverse des Sioux. The U.S. government wanted agricultural lands for more settlers, so the Sioux Indians said, okay, we'll give you that. But the Sioux were tricked. They signed a separate trader's paper, having been told it was just a duplicate copy of the original treaty for the land. The paper of the traders paid $400,000 of the promised treaty annuity to the fur traders and not the people who are supposed to go to, like the Indians. They had financial claims against the tribes. The hardships imposed because of the change of lifestyle, because of cheating the Indians in the fake treaty, the hardships in the trader's paper would lead to the Dakota War of 1862. And once again, frankly, I would not have a problem if we just lived up to all those freaking treaties. I guess you probably couldn't do it. But, seriously.
Oklahoma has recently lost a few lawsuits, and they're having to give a lot of land.
Well, and casino land and territory and ownership of things. I do not have a problem with it. I really don't. Can you imagine the upheaval? Especially the Dakotas when they found gold and what's in the general there? What's the name? Said, "Oh, we're gonna have to break that treaty." Sorry, after Custer found that freaking gold.
Reported
Grant.
Grant. President Grant.
Yeah, Custer told President Grant, "We found this gold over in the Dakotas," and Grant said, "Oh crap, we just signed a treaty with these people. Well, we're gonna have to break that one." So they broke it. They just said, "Well, we can't really give up that gold." Jeez. Again, give it back. Oh my God. Can you imagine? What would I would every? Well, I can't imagine the number.
Well,
wouldn't it be fun to look at all the treaties that were broken that would have significant if they were actually in effect today?
Yeah. Does that supersede what happened with Africans? Because they want reparations, and you're saying give the reparations to the Indians, but not the Africans, is it because they didn't have a treaty?
Well, yeah, we both
got screwed.
Well, but there was no treaty for that I understand.
Nobody is alive that got screwed by those treaties back then.
Yeah. Okay, well, I see your point to try to make me into some kind of racist against the brothers.
Try.
Golly. No, wait a minute. I'm only saying there's Indian treaties. If we had any black guy treaties, we'll give them too. If we broke a treaty, give the brothers their treaty. Fine.
They didn't give them a chance to...
Give them all, the 40-acre thing or whatever it was. So give them all at 40 acres.
They have reparations for the Japanese in turn during World War II because a lot of them were still alive.
That's correct. But your great-great-great-great-great granddaddy is not still walking around ticked off. So anyway, All right, I don't know anything. Oh, in fact, you know what? Let's do a couple of a quick Babylon Bee things here. I've got a couple of things here I thought kind of funny. Just in, New Jersey is blaming slight software glitch for enrolling the entire country of Bolivia as voters now in New Jersey. Is unfortunate. Let's see. Scholars agree that the explosive diarrhea outbreak, it signals the outpouring of God's wrath on you vegetarians. Oh, here you go, Pete Davis. This one's for you. A life hack. Instead of buying Guinness, try putting a loaf of bread into a blender and drinking it. Instead of buying Guinness. You and your Guinness.
It's healthy.
God. Oh, God. Anyway. All right, look out. Kevin Pete Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Oh, and so this is kind of a funny story, I think. There's an online debate now over career paths. And you know, who's that guy who does all the commercials for the phone? And he has his own service where he gives people working jobs and learn how to do lathe working and, you know, working with cement mixers and stuff. Wait, Bob somebody or Bill somebody? Who's that guy who does the commercial? The working guy. I want you to forget college.
Mike Rowe?
Mike Rowe, yeah, Mike Rowe. That's the guy. Well, anyway, and more of that kind of talk is coming out, and it's getting a lot more traction these days, especially since what happened now on social media is this. Buc-ee's pay scale. Have you heard about this? Buc-ee's is fueling debate after a sign displaying employee pay rates showed that store managers at Buc-ee's can earn $275,000 a year. No college degree.
What?
$275,000 a year, no college degree. The pay scale shows cashiers, warehouse workers, maintenance employees, grocery stockers, $20 an hour to start. Food service managers get between $150,000 and $200,000 a year. Food service managers. General managers make between $200,000 and $275,000 plus benefits. All the kind of stuff. Okay. One of the reasons is Buc-ee's is huge. Buc-ee's is not, you know, your corner mom and pop store.
Well,
it's
who
huge.
wrote this story?
I don't remember. It came probably a New York Post.
They've had a sign outside their stores for a long time now saying exactly this. Well, so I guess somebody from the New York Post happened to finally show up at a Buc-ee's and read the sign.
No, what happened was it's because of the World Cup. All of a sudden, because of the World Cup, people are taking more of a notice. And somebody said, "Hey, wait a minute! You can? Oh my God, Buc-ee's paying $275,000."
It's not a secret. They've been telling people.
I know it's not a secret, but because of the World Cup and the impact it had on people saying, "Oh my," people like me, I've never been to Buc-ee's. I still haven't, but now I know more about it.
What's wrong with you?
I'm not good. I'm a bad person. But anyways, so they're saying, you know, Buc-ee's is huge. The reputation for spotless restrooms, extensive food offerings, branding, cute little mascot. Great marketing. They have beef jerky walls of it. They have brisket sandwiches that are fresh, beaver toys, their first nuggets. Tot things, the nugget things, whatever. And one guy said, you know, the pay scale makes a compelling case for younger generations to rethink going to college and all that student debt to learn what. But he said, you're going to have to work. This is not your regular thing. This is, you know, there's no checking social media while you're working at Buc-ee's and no texting all your buddies having a good time while you're doing this stuff. This is big time Charlie work. One guy who says he's been a long-time air traffic controller, an Air Force veteran, an air traffic controller, stunned to see what Buc-ee's manager's making. He says, I don't make anywhere near that. Air traffic controller.
If you go in and you watch this operation, which is 24/7, I think 365 a year, I think.
Yeah.
And we sat, me and Nola Bell sat there and trying to figure it out. They probably need 2 or 3 managers and managers for each department to keep up with the inventory coming and going.
I'm sure of it.
Just to order it and get it on the shelves.
Yeah, this is like Amazon almost. I mean, this is a major. This is and
it's one store,
and they're making more. They're building more. More Buc-ee's.
And one guy can't control all of that, the gas and the stuff.
Right.
There's got to be several people in charge of this.
And by the way, the guy, I thought this was kind of funny, too. Hold on, a little later. I got to find this. He said, the Buc-ee's wall of beef jerky and the fresh brisket sandwiches and beaver tots. And the guy said, by the way, if you're in need of a quick stop, this is not your place. you might This is not your place for that. He said, you might have to wait for the bathroom, and you might get easily sucked into seeing what all his for sale in the non-food section. He said this roadside attraction is a cult-like following now, and again, it's because of what happened with the soccer people. And the debate on X now, well-paying jobs, if you look for them, compelling case for generations to think about. And again, I don't know what the hell they're teaching in college, and I don't know if I were a boss at a major company, I don't know what I'd be looking for of a college graduate, and I don't know what I would expect from him. Well, I don't know what they're teaching in college. Do business owners, do major corporate owner and manager people know what the hell a college degree even means anymore? And do they even care anymore? It shows you can be educated, you can learn, you're capable of learning things.
I would ask, what's it in?
Yeah.
What was your major? And if it's something like gender studies, something like that, say, no, thank you.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
You wasted that money, and that's what you got.
Yeah. But again, Buc-ee's $275,000. But again, you're going to earn it.
You're working.
But still, here you go. Anyway, I think it's great. I think it's great news, and I bet this is changing. I think the education. Hell, Kelsey Grammer. I got a story on Kelsey Grammer talking about starting over from the educational system. Anyway, It's all coming up there. Kimmer Feet Flounder, how you doing? 430-404-741-1230 on 106.3. Braves talk coming up here. We got sports. Sophie Cunningham. I don't know if Pete's going to do it later. If he doesn't, we'll do it now. Coming up shortly. 106.3. Look out.
Some things don't go out of style. Faith, family, and plain old common sense. And Extra 106.3 still believes in that. Listen live or stream us anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app.
All right, I'll say what you're thinking. Christmas in July? Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but neither does this. Because this isn't a clearance rack. It's our Solomon Brothers collection. Diamond essentials, tennis bracelets, earrings, everyday pieces done the right way. And for a limited time, all of it 31% off. So don't analyze it. Don't wait. Just come in. Solomon Brothers Christmas in July sale. 31% off everything.
I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but here's why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Companies are changing hands, showing up with new names. You may not even realize it's not the same team anymore. But Central, they've never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947, and that kind of consistency matters, especially when you're trusting someone with your home. Central's team knows HVAC inside and out, delivering dependable service, personalized solutions, and showing up when it counts. No surprises, no switching jerseys, just the same trusted team Atlanta has relied on for generations. When it comes to HVAC, that's a grand slam. Carrier products, carrier warranty, and carrier peace of mind. Call 770-GET-HEAT or visit centralheat.com. That's 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Finding the right vehicle should be simple. That's why Atlanta drivers trust Jim Ellis Buick GMC for selection, value, and exceptional service.
From daily commutes to weekend getaways, you'll find the right vehicle at Jim Ellis Buick GMC. Shop our extensive selection of new Buick and GMC models, take advantage of competitive offers, and enjoy a customer service experience designed around convenience.
Whether you're looking for a capable truck, a versatile SUV, or a premium driving experience, you'll find it here. With flexible shopping options and a commitment to outstanding service, we make it easy to shop with confidence. Start online by browsing inventory, valuing your trade, exploring payment options, and scheduling a test drive.
Visit in person and experience the professional, customer-focused service that has made Jim Ellis a trusted name for generations. Visit JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop at one of our 2 convenient locations in Chamblee on Peachtree Boulevard inside the perimeter or in Buford off Highway 20 near the Mall of Georgia.
Jim Ellis Buick GMC, we are professional grade.
Don't believe this nonsense you see on TV commercials about how uncomfortable a CPAP mask is. Take it from me. You wear one, especially the nasal pillow I use, for one night, and you will fight anybody that tries to take it away from you. But if they do take it away from you, you can get more at cpapsetcetera.com, cpapsetc.com. With a store in Alpharetta, same-day shipping. To your health, cpapsetc.com.
America! Chuck, yeah! Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the U.S. of A. at Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
I think about Providence often these days, the idea that we're stewards of our families, our communities, our own safety. The founders understood this. It's woven into the fabric of who we are as Americans. And I want to share something with you. It's called Byrna, B-Y-R-N-A, and it's changed how I think about personal protection. Here's the thing. Most people assume self-defense is complicated. You need training, licensing, government approval. But Byrna is legal in all 50 states. No permit, no background check. Because your right to protect your family shouldn't require anyone's permission. The range on this is 60 feet. That's not pepper spray distance. That's real distance. It gives you time to think, to move, to get your family safe. It's simple enough that anyone can use it, anyone. And it's built in Fort Wayne, Indiana, right here in America, in American hands, American craftsmanship. And that matters to me, and I think it matters to you. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to tell you being prepared isn't paranoia. It's love. It's what we do for the people that you do anything for. So go to Byrna, BYRNA.com/Glenn.
Yeah, hey, that whistle, I can think about,
Welcome to the Kimmer Show.
So you're trying to stop me from going and doing
Let's check in with
the show
Pete on
till
the
6, and all of a sudden the whistle
prepared versus
stops,
stories
right in the middle
covered.
of the show and everything, God.
Of the 11 stories you woke the flounder up with this morning.
Easy.
After he told you yesterday at the bar, don't do that.
Well, I can't. I got to do it. I can't help. I don't know what to do.
You have done fine.
Well, it's almost half. By the way, we have Pete Davis, Holy Crap of Sports. We'll have a Sports Braves update. There was a ball game today. And but I put on a video on Facebook and also my YouTube page of my Braves jersey. Remember you mentioned that the other day. Talk about my Braves jersey and supporting the Braves and everything. Well, I put the video on there of my Braves jersey, which I was very proud of and still have. And,
you wear it to bed at night, I think.
Frequently, yeah. well, some of the girls at, the Kimmer Fan Club Asian Cheerleader Night, they like to dress up in it. They kind of, pass it around just because they like, it smells like the Kimmer. Kind of that.
I'm glad you didn't mention Asian Cheerleader Night when Kay, the waitress, was there yesterday.
She actually let me flirt with her, and she was saying she kind of she didn't really flirt back. I mean, she was being sweet. She works and does this for a living. Yeah, she's a pro, but she was real sweet and cute and very sexy. I mean, she was perky and happy and running around, and I knocked over a whole glass of freaking ice water because I didn't see it behind my lap pad computer thing, and so she had to clean. I gave her a nice big tip, by the way, for the record. But she was real sweet and kind of let me flirt with her a little bit, and she gave me a big old hug at the end, and she was very nice. And then again, Shuck and Shack on Main Street in Alpharetta. We did our show there yesterday, and they were great folks. We had fun, and I'll bet you we'll be back at some point, too. And they just heard their commercial a while ago.
What are the odds she asks off that day with the next time we go up there?
When they got planned it in advance. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he throws stuff around. It's not good. A birthday list includes, I love this girl singing, even though she breaks my heart, Alison Krauss. Alison Krauss is 55, and I didn't know this, but Alison Krauss is one of the top Grammy winners of all time. Alison Krauss has won 27 Grammys. I had no idea. She's one of only 5 women to win Album of the Year twice. In 2001, the movie track, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And in 2008, with Robert Plant, a duet album, Raising Sand. Her hits, I have on my magic music stick, Alison Krauss, 55 today. When You Say Nothing at All, I think it's just a beautiful song. And the other one that's just heartbreaking is Whiskey Lullaby. Man, is that a sad, sad song. But beautiful singer, Alison Krauss, 55 years old today. And let's see, speaking of singing, on this day in 1999, Woodstock 99 begins. A festival time for the 30th anniversary of the original Woodstock. Tried to bring peace and music and love to the new generation, and it became 3 days of scorching heat, raw sewage, misogyny, and greed in upstate New York. It was organized by two guys of the founders of the original Woodstock, but unlike 1969, organizers hoped to make money on the thing of the anniversary. The venue was at Griffiths Air Force Base in Rome, New York. A Rolling Stone reporter described it as the least rock and roll venue imaginable. It was an Air Force base full of concrete and airplane hangars and barbed wire. Poor planning and the desire to turn a profit led to a miserable experience on the scorching tarmac. Temperatures soared over 100 degrees. Portable toilets overflowed with raw sewage, contaminated the actual running water. Water bottles cost $4 a piece. $250,000 were there to hear bands like Korn, Kid Rock, Insane Clown, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Limp Bizkit. Fred Durst encouraged fans to break stuff when he was on Saturday night, which they did. Tore down parts of the radio tower, pelted the MTV crew with garbage. Lots of sexual assaults, several rapes. 3 people died. Hundreds were treated for heat stroke and dehydration. Again, this was summertime on a tarmac. The Red Hot Chili Peppers played the final set, which devolved into chaos. They did Jimi Hendrix's Fire, a tribute to the Woodstock great guy, as festival goers set fires. And they flipped over cars, looted tents and trailers all over the place. Organizers made the strange choice to hand out thousands of lit candles during the set, which they hoped to use for a vigil for the victims of the Columbine shooting. The crowd had other plans. They blamed the debacle on rowdy young attendees, irresponsible, aggressive, and anarchic, they said. However, they were made to feel like animals penned into Air Force Base in unsafe, unsanitary conditions. The Red Hot Chili Peppers said the view from outstage reminded them of the movie Apocalypse Now. The San Francisco Chronicle simply called the festival Woodstock 99 the day the music died. Good grief. Oh, mercy. Anyway, Kimmer Peen Flounder, how's it going? I mentioned Kelsey Grammer. This is true, and I won't make a big deal about this, but Kelsey Grammer's got a new movie coming out, so he's making the rounds. And he was on a podcast, and he said the nation needs to overhaul our education system. He said people don't know any. He's doing a movie about the founding fathers. I think he plays George Washington or something. He said we're not teaching kids in school what we are, who we are, where we came from. They're not founding fathers. They're not just old white guys in wigs. If you don't know who we are, they can control you. We have to retool the entire education system. There's no question about it. People are missing the blueprint for the future of America. And they say it's an old white guy. And Thomas Jefferson, he said, was 33 when he wrote the most important political document in history. Hardly an old man in a wig. And he said, Kelsey Grammer says we have to have a stronger push to teach early American history. For example, most of the 56 people who signed the Declaration of Independence died in ruin. Some of their children were murdered. Some of their wives were raped. Most of them lost everything they had. They paid the ultimate sacrifice, and they would do it all over again. And again, I see it every time I do a history thing. It reminds me of things that used to be and that are just are gone.
They don't teach it anymore because first of all they don't believe in it and they don't like it because they're liberal teachers union and doctrinaires.
Yeah, but even back in the day, we used to call it social studies. There wasn't no government, but at least that gave you a blueprint, and we did study a little bit, but not enough. I mean, we have to start over. We have to change everything. And by the way, I don't know what's wrong with trying to teach patriotism, about loving your country, and what's good about us. If they don't teach it at home.
How about teaching the good and the bad?
Yeah,
and
teach
say
it all.
that was the bad. We're not doing that anymore. Here's the good. This is what we should strive for and what we have done right. We saved the world 3 times the last 100 plus years.
Yeah.
Enough.
We don't
trashing it.
We don't need to hide our history. Our history's right there, everybody to see. We can talk about it and we've elected a black guy twice. White people elected a black guy twice to be president.
And I say it every time. The only country in the history of the world that within 100 years of its founding got rid of slavery.
That's right. The first anti-slavery motions were made in the Plymouth colonies in the 1620s, outlawing slavery in the Massachusetts colonies. Anyway, Kimber P. Flounder, how's it going? Yeah, I'm one of the guys who showed up yesterday and his wife, lovely bride, at our outing at Shunkin' Shack in Alpharetta was Kevin, my Delta pilot buddy, and his lovely bride, who one of the two women I call my favorite other guy's wife. That's I have two women on my list of my favorite other guy's wives, and he's a Delta pilot. And how would you like to be the Delta pilot who was preparing to land at LaGuardia, and all of a sudden he got an alert called Man Pad. At 8:27 p.m., Delta Flight 2604 bound for LaGuardia from Detroit. And the tower said, Man Pad alert issued LaGuardia 0027, use extreme caution, the air traffic controller. The pilot said, I don't know what that is. What are you talking? What does that mean? I don't know what that you do. He said, well, it stands for a manned portable air defense system. And basically, it's a report of a rocket launcher. And the Delta pilot said, wait a minute, rocket launcher? I'm being attacked with a rocket launcher? And the guy said, hold on, we'll check. And they checked. No need to respond, Delta 2604, as it turned out. It was a non-credible threat. But they actually had to issue a threat from the air traffic controller of an air traffic warning system of a rocket launcher for a Delta plane trying to land in New York City. That could change your day. Now, Pete, are you going to mention the Sophie Cunningham thing in Holy Crap at Sports?
No.
Okay. We'll do that coming back. Then now this has become a whole issue. The Sophie Cunningham, not just the meme, but now talking to her and Caitlin Clark, and we're honest to God, they've made a link to Emmett Till. Honestly, and by the way, I'm grateful. I haven't seen an Emmett Till. Well, I don't get the paper anymore. I just realized I don't get the newspaper. I don't get the Al Jazeera Constipation anymore. So I don't know whether
the bi-monthly Emmett Till story.
Yeah, they used to do every couple of months. They'd have an Emmett Till story and how we're related to today's America. My God. Anyway, it's all coming up. Kara, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, and good luck on the Braves. And I don't know where they go next. Are they in town for a while, or I don't even know. We'll find out.
They're out in the Baltimore.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, here we go. 106.3. How you doing?
You can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Bortz, and stay connected at the office. That's xtra1063.com.
Hey, this is Lowe's with Terry from Alpharetta, who just purchased a new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent, honest way to buy your next vehicle. Terry, tell us about your experience.
I have a son serving in the military. He's active duty with limited time to look for a car. My son was looking for a used Hyundai Veloster, and I had heard about the Honest Car Guy on the radio, decided that might be a route to go, and we made a phone call over the weekend. He screen shared the information with us. We looked over the vehicle, and he took the reins from there, and they were able to walk us through the process of buying the car. We're very clear and transparent, and next thing we knew, we had a car in the driveway.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Hey, it's Drake Baldwin. Everyone knows my winning team on the field, but when there's no hot water, I need a win at my home base. When it comes to plumbing, my winning team is Superior. Superior Plumbing is there whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or a water heater installed. For over 40 years, they've been Atlanta's go-to plumbers. And Superior is still locally owned. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422-PLUM.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. It's your mid-season check-in with your lawn equipment from Howard Brothers. Don't wait for your machine to slow down. Stay ahead of the repairs with Kawasaki Genuine Parts. From oil and filters to full-service kits, Kawasaki Genuine Parts deliver the reliability your equipment deserves. Get your parts at Howard Brothers and trust Kawasaki Genuine Parts to keep your machines working as hard as you do. Find a location near you at howardbrothers.com.
Babe, can you knock out my honey-do list today?
Oh, I know. I told you I'd get to it this weekend.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalomia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. I can't fix your marriage, but I can fix your house. With our handyman for a day service, we'll handle those drywall patches, that door that won't latch, the leaky faucet, and the wood rot all around your house. The whole punch list, done fast, done right. You keep your weekend, she gets the house done. Everybody wins. Book your handyman for a day at thetrustedtoolbox.com. One call, one handyman, one day, the Trusted Toolbox.
I'm Michelle Stovall, and our company has been family-owned and operated for 75 years. Check us out at StovallINC.com. Or better yet, stop by our newly opened 11th store at 9500 Union Hill Road in Canton. At Stovall, we supply you with all your landscaping project needs, completely hassle-free down to delivery. Been dreaming of an outdoor kitchen, fireplace, or other custom paver project? We partner with Keystone Hardscapes for all your beautiful high-end concrete needs. We look forward to making your landscape dreams come true. Stovall has it all.
It's 2 a.m. and everyone is asleep, except for the potential intruder walking up your driveway. This is Matt Harvey with Alert 360 Security, and we stop criminals in their tracks with our floodlight video surveillance cameras. Our floodlight surveillance cameras notify you of activity, activate flashing lights, and verbally inform any potential intruders that they are being recorded. Stop break-ins before they occur with Alert 360 Security. Visit us on the web at alert360atlanta.com.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK, LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Down to James Brown. What a character. James Brown. Yeah, say it. You're out of sight. James Brown. On this day in 2003, James Brown announced he was separating from wife number 4, and he did it by using a happy family picture in an advertisement in Variety magazine, using the Walt Disney character Goofy. James Brown was 70 in 2003. He put the notice in Variety magazine, a picture of himself, his wife Tony Ray, actually, and their 2-year-old son, James Joseph Brown II, posing with Goofy at Walt Disney World to announce he's splitting. All right, sir. Birthday. By the way, later, in a little while, I will have a musical birthday wish. Not right now.
Well, actually, now that you say that, I'm going to interrupt because Mr. Sean and Shay sent me a new song.
Oh, my God. Let's do it right now.
You ready?
Yeah, please. Sean and Shay, Kimmer song.
The Kimmer knows music from the 50s or so. The 60s a little, but the 70s no. The 80s and 90s, maybe one or two. But past the 2000s, he ain't got a clue. Hey, he's the Kimmer, brash and he's bold. He does what he wants, won't do what he's told. Hey, he's the Kimmer, bold and he's brash. Gonna get a new girlfriend when he gets him some cash.
Yeah, I got to give you a Sean and Shay. I got to get me a GoFundMe to raise him or get me a weekend woman. Anyway, well done, boys. Very, very amusing. Let's see. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Well, in fact, I do have a little history note here, which is kind of sad, but, and actually, well, I feel kind of bad now because I want to tie myself into it. No, I don't want to do that. I'll do that later. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Well, I was thinking about it, and now I don't think I'll do it at all. Put that over there. Oh, you know what? We played Kid Rock a couple cowabungas ago, talking about him being arrested for the Waffle House fight in Atlanta in 2007. Well, Kid Rock, wasn't it Kid Rock who dated Lauren Boebert? That Colorado, wasn't it Kid Rock? Was she that I think...
Let me check my Kid Rock Lauren Boebert.
I think now Lauren Boebert is that little hottie who also is kind of a troublemaker for the GOP people, and she's kind of a stick in the mud, and they've been after her all over the place. And to remind me, she's from Colorado, Republican Colorado, Lauren Boebert. She's a little hottie in glasses. Well, she was doing an interview about the Defense Authorization Act and backroom deals, and she's 39 years old, Lauren Boebert. I remember the story was that they caught her. Kid Rock was doing a concert, and they caught her. Was she the one with her when they were caught in the theater? She was smoking. She was vaping weed. That was somebody else. That was yes. Anyway, well, they caught Kid Rock was doing a concert, and they caught her jumping into his limousine and taking off with him after something like that. Well, Lauren Boebert was doing an interview about the GOP people trying to muscle her into a vote that they wanted her to take, and her face froze, and she admitted what happened. Lauren Boebert's face froze in the middle of an interview on TV. She said, "I don't want to be on camera this week, and I've been on camera more than any other week," pointing at her partially paralyzed bottom lip. "I'm talking out of the side of my mouth like a damn politician because my Botox hasn't caught up on this side. Maybe in 2 days this side will catch up with the other one, but here we are." Boebert missed a vote for the sweeping annual defense bill. And the unnamed GOP staffers lied to her, she said. She objected to a text swap. And so I don't know. She's causing trouble, you know. She says, "I'm a fan of Botox," quipping her students had confused her with an 84-year-old former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. So she's a big Botox fan, anyway. You know, in fact, I've heard quite a bit. Well, I haven't heard quite a bit. That's all. I don't know what I'm saying. I remember seeing a TV show or something or other where one of the problems with Botox is that sometimes you get just a big old lump there. And there's a lot of, I don't know.
Because of her vanity and ego, she missed an important vote.
Apparently. No, I don't know whether the Botox had anything to do with the vote. I think that she said they were lying to her, like they were trying to mess with her, so she didn't get to the vote. Again, it's just it's creepy back thing, ego
imbeciles.
Politics. I mean, it's even from people we like. She's a Republican. We need all our Republicans, especially in Colorado. My God. So anyway, but here we are. All right, Flounder, I forgot to ask how long our Flounder's Funny is. A minute-ish, I'm guessing, because I want to do this.
A minute 22.
Okay, well, that'll work. I think we got a little... Yeah, let's do this Sophie thing. Sophie Cunningham now is in the news, and it's leading to a whole bunch of stuff that's freaking ridiculous. Sophie Cunningham's that hot blonde chick on the women's basketball girl who did the finger-pointing meme that's all over the place. And so they asked her about whether there's a culture war going on over women's sports and trans athletes. And on an interview on ESPN, here's what Sophie Cunningham said when they asked her about trannies. She says, I believe what I believe, boys should not be in girls' sports. Cut number 2, Flounder, if you will.
I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense, and I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children, and that's little girls who are also involved in that category, and so I stand on what I said, and I always believe that. When it comes just to protecting young girls in sport and women in sport, I feel very strongly about that. I think that's why you have Title IX. That's why you have some of the greats in women's sports. If Title IX and women's sports weren't protected, then you wouldn't hear about any type of women in sport. And so I think in the future, it's just really important to protect.
She got creamed for talking about stuff like this. And what's even worse now, again, this all went back to the beginning where she's standing up for Caitlin Clark, the white girl in the Women's Basketball League that they're all attacking by mostly black girls who are angry and ticked off and getting really violent and so on and so forth. Well, guess what? A USA Today commentator in the newspaper said that Caitlin Clark getting all those fouls and complaining about getting all those fouls by basically black women is the same as white supremacists are now supporting Caitlin Clark, and so now she represents white supremacists in the sporting world. And this columnist actually said that Caitlin Clark's comparing, getting fouled by black people is the same thing as Emmett Till and the case of him being abused by white people. And there's an Emmett Till museum offering in Chicago this weekend when they're having a WNBA thing there to try to make a link to it.
Nancy Armour, USA Today. She's infamous for doing stuff like this. They're going nuts. Dave Portnoy's after her. Yeah, and if you see a picture of her, the same haircut, all these crazy back guano-eyed liberal women are. She looks like it's like a template. Yeah. These women all look alike.
Over the white girl in women's basketball.
So she's making up the fouls that they're not really fouls.
Yeah, but God. Flounder's funny if you would, sir. We got just enough time to cowabunga the old cowabunga here, I think, probably. Coming right up here any minute now.
Y'all, true confession, after 25 years, I just got out of a cult. Yeah. It was actually the PTA, but do y'all have PTA here? Right? Yeah. You know the dress code, right? There is a dress code. Tennis shoes, leggings disguised as pants, a t-shirt, a vest, a puppy vest in your tribe colors, a messy bun, and then we used to have to carry the Yeti cup, but then our leader, Donna Corleone, had a meeting with the Stanley Cup people, and they made her an offer she couldn't refuse. So now we all had to switch. So do you know that the Mommy Mafia, as I call them, they have meetings in the schools that are recruitment meetings. Yeah, they're called open house. Here, come meet people just like you. Come make friends with somebody that's like you too. Here, sign this piece of paper that says volunteer. It's a contract. You're going to be in charge of the recycling program for the rest of your life. There are turf wars in the PTA, right? We have the band moms go against the cheer moms.
The PTA.
Miss Christy Condor.
I love it. Coming up at 5 o'clock. Holy crap, it's sports coming up too, and we got all kinds of stuff here for you. Well, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, look out.
The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. Extra 1063.
Threats and counter threats. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. The UK in the crosshairs after warnings from Iran that British bases used by American B-1 bombers could be targets.
British government responded quickly, saying the UK stands ready 24/7 to defend itself.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Tel Aviv. Those bombers believed to be part of a U.S. surge in the region, reportedly to give the president more options. Meantime, Iran-backed rebels in Yemen attacking 2 Saudi oil tankers in the Red Sea.
That Red Sea route was key for Saudi Arabia. Now, at least temporarily, it's going to be a problem. 7% of the world's oil was flowing out of there. It's caused oil prices to spike. It also potentially opens up a second front in this war. President Trump has promised massive military retaliation if the Houthis keep it up.
The international benchmark Brent crude getting back over $100 a barrel. U.S. oil prices surging back over $93. President Trump says Iran wants to make a deal.
They're not ready yet. They got some evil intentions. We cannot let them have a nuclear weapon.
Axios reporting he is considering a massive attack. More than 24 states are suing the Trump administration over requirements to comply with election rules in order to get disaster aid.
The lawsuit is challenging FEMA and Homeland Security policies, saying the administration is requiring states to help DHS with immigration enforcement and change election systems, like verifying the citizenship of every registered voter. If the states don't comply, they could see some cuts to federal funding. In similar cases since the start of the president's second term, the courts have been frequently siding with states. A ruling last year barred the administration from putting conditions on other FEMA funding.
Fox's Jill Nato in D.C. Tropical storm Bertha heading inland northeast of Galveston, making a second landfall in Texas today after first hitting Louisiana. No significant impacts reported. America is listening to Fox.
If you haven't switched to Pure Talk because you're not sure their coverage is every bit as reliable as Big Wireless, why not take them for a test drive? For a limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited data plan. No contracts, no commitments, just a great deal on a high-speed network with unlimited data from an American wireless company. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
My
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I am grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder. Right of blank. Ready on your dog. Target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kipper with Pete Davis and Flounder at the controls and you on 106.3. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. I think we have some good Braves news. We'll have sports activity stuff coming up here. Billions of other things. And again, once again, states are now suing Donald Trump because they don't want to give over information that might help him to crack down on... I mean, my God. It's just... They're also... They're not even giving over voter rolls. And after all these charges of thousands of people illegally on the voter rolls, and the states are still, some Democrat states still not cooperating. Anyway, well, that's where we are. Kimber Pete Flounder, again, thank you. Shuck and Shack. I did our show up there yesterday. We had a lot of fun. People were great. And my guess is we'll be back again. And some of the highlights, again, the guy who bought Round for Everybody. Never seen that in my life. And it was just great, and a lot of old friends showed up, and Kevin, my Delta pilot, and Jason Bob Shane, Kingston Trio, and his lovely bride, and Dola Bell, and the team from the lady with the I in her name.
Dave, Kevin with an A. Yeah.
Anyways, and by the way, she was wearing a Kimber Babe t-shirt again, looking awful good in that thing. So anyway, Kimber Pete Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Yeah, we have Holy Crap at Sports coming up, and the latest on newsy things, including Donald Trump thinking about a real full invasion of Iran. And I just heard on the news, I didn't know this, and now Iran is threatening to start bombing British installations in the area in the Middle East that are run by the British or operated by the British. I think something's going to have to happen here.
The mullahs.
Yeah.
Got to get rid of, got to kill them.
Yeah. And Marco Rubio, I saw him on the news today. He said, the problem is we make a deal and they want to do it. They're begging for it. I mean, the people who's theoretically in charge are begging, please, let's get there. They'd rather be a friend to America than an enemy. A lot of the good things will happen if they, stop this stuff. But and Rubio says the problem is they want to do it. They're begging to do it. They're screaming to do it. And they'll make a deal. And then all of a sudden, the other part will come in and change the deal or violate it. And so he said, we're at a crossroads. They don't really know what to do.
They're religious nuts is what they are.
They got to be killed. I can't believe they were not. And I say let the Jewish soldiers go let the undercover Jewish guys go get them.
They won't.
Anyway. I know they're chomping at the bit. You don't think Netanyahu's got a whole team of assassins ready to put the old batteries in the old cell phone explosive trick again or something? I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Kimber Pete Flounder. Let's talk about Donald Trump again. We were doing the show yesterday and didn't have a chance to really do much in terms of live coverage of Donald Trump, but he was at Wheeler High School talking about his investment plan for babies and children. And in fact, I heard today the figure he's already sent out something like $1.5 billion already has been invested. And I everybody in America should take advantage of this. I mean, it's silly. If you don't do anything, I think the deal is if you start when you're a baby, if your parents put you up when you have a baby, if you don't do anything, if you just mind your own business, when you're 18, I think they get like $8,000. Just here's $8,000, $10,000, whatever. And if your parents contribute, it'd be like $50,000. How much does it be if you're 18 years old and get a check for $50,000 or $80,000?
Well, by the time they're 18, the way inflation's going,
that's
it'll be worth about $1,000.
I was thinking about that too. Man, what a change! My first four-bedroom house on a cul-de-sac was, I think, $46,000. 4-bedroom house in a cul-de-sac with a backyard, a fenced-in backyard.
And this is still the land of plenty. There's no reason for it not to be still close to that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The politicians have stolen the money.
Well, not only that,
and Wall Street too.
The banksters got me. They got my money. I had I had everything. I had it made. The banksters got me. The real estate scandalers got me. The bundled tranches and subprime mortgages got me. I mean, it's it's so
nobody punished.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, and Donald Trump was in, of course, at Wheeler High School in Cobb County, and we're going to play cut number 4 here. Oh, is Founder still there? Are you okay? There he goes. We're going to play cut number 4. Donald Trump was in town, and if you haven't heard it, it's kind of funny. He got the crowd going pretty good when he was talking to some of our Braves heroes at Wheeler High School, and Donald Trump started off like this and got the crowd going. Cut number 4 there, Flounder, if you will, sir.
I watched the Braves for years, and they've done such a great job. So along with one of the best managers in baseball, Braves legend Brian Snitker, who was recently inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Brian, both of you come up. Would you both come up? Come on up here. They deserve a little credit. They deserve credit. I mean, I've suffered with teams for the years I've suffered. Oh,
here comes the chop chant.
They say you're not allowed to do that. Do it.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome to Marietta. And as you can see, Braves country is a real thing.
That's Brian.
And you got a room full of Braves country right here.
And guess what? The Daily Mail calling it a racist gesture.
Oh, please.
Here we go
just
again.
Eat me. How about, I mean, seriously.
It's funny not it's a racist gesture when Florida State does it or Kansas City does it. Only when the Braves do it.
Yeah, and yet they changed the Chief Wahoo, Cleveland Indians. I mean, okay, those that was reasonable, made sense. Even the name, they had to get rid of the name, which by the way, I
don't stupid name too.
Well, I mean, Guardians.
They should have been the Spiders. They could have done so much with Spiders.
Man, that would have been Spider Night. Everybody gets some plastic spider and so. I mean,
that's what they were. One of their original names was the Spiders.
Yeah. And in fact, I like it when the teams go back to original uniforms. I love to see the blouse, trouser, and pants and thing and everything. Just
the Milwaukee Braves uniforms with the tomahawk across there.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know. I mean, isn't that baseball? Isn't that us? Isn't that who we are? I mean,
quit worrying about what some people say. There's always going to be naysayers. Screw it. Do what you want.
And there's nothing wrong with feeling good about reliving the past of the old glory days of people together. God, men used to wear hats and jackets to go to ball games. Every man in a baseball game, a crowd had a fedora on, a Stetson. I mean, it was unbelievable. Anyway, all right, give Pete Flounder. Now, and by the way, speaking of politics, I mentioned this earlier, and I'm still flabbergasted about this. The Democrats' latest poll of who should be the next presidential candidate for the Democrat Party, number 1, AOC. Ocasio-Bangbangio Stupidio, followed close behind by Buttigieg. They were like 22, 23%, something like that. The third candidate for the Democrats' promised candidate, number 3, is Mark Kelly, that trader from Arizona who wants the military to turn on themselves. He's only got 9% of the vote of the poll. Bernie Sanders is the number 4 most popular candidate to be president by the Democrats, and number 5, Carmela's side piece, former vice president, only got 5%. She fell 17% below Ocasio-Bangbangio Stupidio. And I got these poll results, and I noticed one thing. What happened to the governor of Pennsylvania, Shapiro, who was such a huge hit? Oh, that's right. Carmela, I think in her book, said he was too much of a Jew. I think she was very afraid of having a Jew. I think she emphasized it in capital letters that way, too, by the way, I'm pretty sure. I mean, this is unbelievable. They're not going to, Buttigieg is the second most popular. Oh, please. They're not going to.
Horrible Minister of Transportation.
He was the worst. He took 6 months off to learn how to breastfeed his new baby with his husband. I mean, come on, you're killing me here. You think black people are going to vote for that guy for president?
You're supposed to get 50,000 charging stations. You got 3?
Yeah, for $80 billion. I think it was $8 billion, and they got 2 charging stations.
Where'd the money go? Where'd the money go, Pete? That's every news guy.
NGOs,
Pete, where's the money?
NGOs. They get groups to say, we're going to get all the people lined up and have all the technicians. All just give us this money. We'll get them all. Yeah, and it's gone.
Where's the money, Pete? I want him to account for every penny of the $80 billion.
As he should. Kim Pete founder, Holy Crap at Sports is coming up. And also, you're going to hear from a leader of the Democrat Socialist Commies who is going to try to dance around the issue of violence and how that accomplishes what their goals are. That's coming up. First, 404-741-1230. Holy Crap at Sports with Pete Davis there. It's coming up there in a second there we go. Holy crap, the thing there. And you got on 106.3 on a beautiful afternoon. I can't wait to go to the concert traffic again tonight. I don't know. Look out.
The Morning Extra, Neil Bortz, and The Kimmer Show are all online for you anytime at thepodcastpark.com. Plus all of Extra's exclusive podcasts like Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and so much more. All at thepodcastpark.com. Presented by Associated Credit Union.
Well, we're just digging around looking for some family information stuff here recently, and I've got another medical doctor thing coming up. So luckily, I can keep all my medical records safe and sound, just like you should, from Atlanta Safe House. Atlanta Safe House, Alpharetta, their new locations on Union Hill Road in Alpharetta. And they have 500 of them up there, and whether it's a big, my first safe was a big old gun safe, Browning, the brand name, but they've got Browning Fort Knox more than anybody, and they can bolt them like they did for me, bolt them from the inside to your concrete basement floor or the garage or whatever. They've got teeny ones and giant ones, bows and arrows, long guns, pistols, jewelry safes, things for documents to keep your medical records safe, like I found out the hard way. Also, things like your living will. I mean, in medical records, marriage and divorce papers, stuff you need to save, as well as personal things, obviously, from flood, fires, and bad people as well. AtlantaSafeHouse.com. Check them out. And because they have 500 of them up there and so many of these great top brands, there's always specials and sales and savings and rebates. They're famous for the rebates. You're going to save a bundle. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
For the purpose of this commercial, we'll refer to erectile dysfunction as ED.
This is the story of Ed. No one likes Ed. Ed can be a real problem, a real downer. Ed can come between you and your partner. And if you let Ed go unchecked, Ed'll continue to destroy your hanky-panky plans. Ed has taken over your life. On date night, all you can think about is Ed. When you roll over in bed for the morning smooch, there's Ed. And when you're cooking a romantic dinner for your wife, there's Ed in an apron. So how do you get rid of Ed? Kick him to the curb with Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They're Ed experts. They understand what causes Ed to be Ed, and they know how to get Ed going in the right direction. He'll learn to stand on his own with proven all-natural therapies that don't require surgery or downtime. So if you've had enough of Ed, take matters into your own hands. Call Total Body Therapy of Georgia at 404-777-1911. Learn more online at tbtofga.com.
There's a lot riding on every digging project. You want it done and over with. And the utility companies want their underground lines untouched and intact. Georgia 811 helps connect the dots. If you're digging, submit your ticket to us at least 3 business days before the project starts. We'll notify our utility members, and they'll send locators to mark their lines at your site. Georgia 811, connecting the dots for safe digging.
Sponsored by Georgia 811.
Who doesn't want more? When it comes to your front door, more is a double door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. We'll transform your outdated single front door, side lights, and transom into a gorgeous new double door. No matter the size of your entryway, even if others said it can't be done, All Four Seasons can customize the double doors of your dreams. When trust matters, trust us. All, the number 4, seasonsgarages.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Los with Tom, the honest car guy. Let's talk about the new way to buy a car in 2026. Tell me how you can save clients thousands of dollars in this process.
I got a customer here, Jeff Everhart. I met him today first time because I delivered his 25 model Honda Pilot, fully loaded with only 16,000 miles on it. Jeff, Answer Los's question about that one.
It was actually shocking. I mean, you hear the advertisements, you want to believe it, and then when you go through with the sale, and there's no extras, there's no dock fees, there's no storage fees, no transportation fees. The price I was given was the price that I paid plus their honest fee. I did save thousands of dollars, and it was a very quick sale.
Well, we appreciate that.
And did it from my living room.
Did it from your living room.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Yeah, 1986, Prince Andrew married Sarah Ferguson, that redhead Duchess of Pork, at Westminster Abbey. They would divorce 10 years later after he saw pictures of her on the beach with her Texas boyfriend sucking her toes. And now, holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
When I interviewed her, I made reference to that once, and it went right over her head.
Yes,
she had no clue what I was talking about. The Braves take a tough 3 out of 4 from the Padres at Truist Park, winning this afternoon 6-5. The Pods jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the second inning off Chris Sale. Not all Chris's fault. Mauricio Dubon misplayed a fly ball in left field, which led to the outbreak. The Bravos got one back in the bottom of that inning with a home run from Michael Harris II, then jumped ahead with a 4 spot in the fourth, mainly on a solo homer from Ozzie Albies and a 2-run shot, or actually 3-run shot from Dominic Smith. But it was this nugget of joy from Drake Baldwin in the seventh that made the difference.
3-2 to Drake Baldwin. Baldwin with a high fly to right field. That could be chop house bound way on back, and that's going to leave as well. Homer by Drake Baldwin. That's his 19th of the year, and that increases the lead. It's now 6-3 Atlanta in the seventh.
Ben Ingram on 680 The Fan, and because San Diego scored twice in the eighth to make it close, it was a little nail-biting there at the end. Chris Sale went 6 innings, giving up 5 hits and 3 runs to improve to 11-6, just 1 walk and 11 strikeouts.
Ooh, good.
Despite giving up 2 hits, Raisel Iglesias picked up his 21st save, despite giving up 2 hits in 1 inning. The bullpen got to be tired. Raisel should have had last night off. He got up to loosen in the bottom of the eighth. Then the Braves scored 6 runs to make it 7-1. So Iggy sat back down, and Medeiros got up. But what should have been a laugher got squirrely. And I got that feeling this would be one of those games where Medeiros would pull a Luke Jackson and give up some runs, and unfortunately, that's what he did. So Raisel had to get up again and warm up again and come into the game, and promptly gave up a 2-run home run to a guy who hadn't hit one all season.
Oh, boy. Well, yeah.
Yeah. But he hunkered down and got the job done last night, as he did today. Braves off to begin a 3-game set in Baltimore, then 3 more in Flushing against the Mets to close out the month. Right now, the Braves have a 4.5-game lead over the Phillies, who are off tonight. The O's are in 4th place in the AL East, 10 games behind Tampa Bay. And the Orioles finally ended the Red Sox's franchise record-tying 15-game winning streak, defeating the Bo Sox 5-1 in the nightcap last night. It was Boston's first loss since a setback to the Nationals at Fenway Park July 1st.
Wow. Weren't they losing everything a couple of months? Weren't they having a horrible...
I'm glad you asked.
I'm sorry. Yeah, please.
Boston's 1946 team won 15 straight, was led by Ted Williams. They claimed the pennant that year. The Sox have seemed to be in for the long season after Chad Tracy was brought in. They fired manager Alex Cora. They were 10-17, 37-48, and last in the AL East on July 1st. But 3 weeks went by before Boston lost again. They're now 52-49, 3 games over 500. Tracy is the first manager since the 19th century to lead a team to a win streak of 15 games or more when he didn't start the season as the manager.
Wow. Well, I wonder what the difference was. Do we know what the difference was? Did anybody, do they have a theory on it?
I don't know. Same thing happened with the Phillies.
Yeah.
They fired their manager and they took off.
What a game. Yeah. Cool.
Is KC's longtime catcher Salvador Perez a Hall of Famer?
No. Well, I don't know. I
think he is.
Maybe. I don't know.
This might help his cause. Salvador tied the Royals franchise home run record, which was held by who?
George Brett.
That's right, Hall of Famer George Brett.
I'll be damned.
The 36-year-old Perez hit his 14th homer of the season, 317th of his career to help them beat the Giants. I think he's a Hall of Famer. He's won a World Series. Yeah. He's been a great defensive catcher, a great leader. I think he's Hall of Fame for a catcher. Yeah.
Right.
Interim LSU coach Lane Kiffin says he now regrets how he handled his messy departure from Ole Miss. Kiffin says as soon as he told Rebels AD Keith Carter that he was taking the Bayou Bengals job, and then Carter said, well, you can't continue coaching at Mississippi, Kiffin should have thanked him and left for Baton Rouge. Instead, he hung around for a couple days trying to convince Carter to let him stay for the playoffs, which was never going to happen. So, who is making the college football playoffs this season? I bet you'd like to know to place some bets.
I would like to know. I look forward to see what's going on this season with everything happening. Texas and the quarterback things and all that stuff. Yes, sir.
Max Olson of ESPN has run the numbers, and Bulldog and Yellow Jacket fans, you may want to turn away. You're not going to like this. Max fired up the Dynasty mode on EA Sports College Football 27 and simulated the upcoming season over and over again to find out who made the playoffs, who wins the Heisman Trophy, which teams can win it all, and which head coaches and star players are making moves in December.
Wow.
When we attempted this project last August, the season simulations produced just 2 instances of Indiana reaching the semifinals with no trips to the title game. But 5 simulations did have Miami playing for the national title, which happened. Really? 3 had Kiffin to LSU, and 1 had Fernando Mendoza winning the Heisman. So these simulations are not all a waste of time.
Yeah, fair enough.
So they simulated the 2026 season a total of 26 times. Results completely up to the computer. They didn't play any games, didn't adjust any rosters or settings. Some of them completely ridiculous what happened. Here's what we learned from the College Football 27's forecast for this season ahead. This year's 26 simulations of the upcoming season resulted in 42 different programs earning at least 1 college football playoff bid. Miami led the way with 24 playoff appearances, followed by Ohio State with 21, Southern Cal 19, BYU 16, Notre Dame 16, SMU 16, Oklahoma 15, Ole Miss 15, and Texas Tech 14. Defending national champ Indiana made its 3rd consecutive playoff run in 13 of the 26 simulations. That's half of them saying the Hoosiers will be back. Deion Sanders and the Buffaloes get in 2 simulations. Clemson fails to get in even once.
Wow.
No Clemson. But the biggest shock came from the SEC and the lack of playoff bids for Georgia.
Well, now that's not...
Texas, LSU, and Alabama. A clear sign of the parity among SEC teams. 13 different SEC teams made it into at least 1 playoff. Sorry to Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Vandy. But no team won more than 6 SEC titles over the 26 attempts. They had more love for Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Texas A&M than the usual favorites of Bama and Georgia and Texas and the like. The game gave a tiny edge to the Big Ten over the SEC in total playoff bids, 79-78. Over the course of these simulations, while the ACC outpaced the Big 12. But once the playoff games kicked off, the SEC had a major advantage with more teams reaching the semifinals and title game and more teams winning it all. There were 7 seasons in which the Big Ten got shut out of the playoff semifinals, but only 2 where the SEC missed out. Ohio State made 12 different runs to the semis. Oklahoma and Ole Miss each had 10. There were 7 different instances of 9-3 teams, that's 9-3 in the regular season, getting into the playoff and going all the way to the championship game, 3 of those teams winning it. The underdogs stepped up. Among the 39 teams that pulled off first-round upsets, a dozen advanced all the way to the title game. 6 teams seeded 10th or 11th won the national title. Ole Miss with 3, Oregon with 2, also won multiple national championships in the simulations. And the list of squads that joined Indiana in winning 1 include Boise State, BYU, Notre Dame, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas A&M.
Well, now wait
One
a minute.
particularly magical simulated season ended with a national championship showdown between Lane Kiffin's current and former squads, LSU versus Ole Miss in the title game.
That should be.
The Rebels win the much-anticipated Week 3 showdown with LSU 47-46 and finish the regular season 9-3, as Lane's team at LSU also ended up 9-3. So, the news conferences and pregame drama leading up to the title bout, incredible. But the game itself, not even close. Ole Miss defense overwhelms LSU's front, knocks Kiffin's backup quarterback out of the game. Then the third-string quarterback gets hurt. Pete Golding's crew led LSU to just 102 total yards, racked up 6 sacks. Trinidad Chambliss threw for 206 yards, earns MVP honors, finished with a school record 4,400 passing yards on the year. Final score in the title game, Ole Miss 20, LSU 0.
Holy cow! This is
nada.
This is a computer made up this run of what's ahead of it. Oh my goodness!
It's the game.
Wow.
One simulation had the Gamecocks making the playoffs.
Wow.
But after losing to the Sooners in the SEC championship game here in Atlanta, Frank Beamer quits and takes the Georgia Tech job.
Oh my God! We got to keep track of that. You got to keep track of that. Oh man!
One simulation has Beamer agreeing to take over a 1-11 Tech program that had just fired Brent Key.
Oh boy! Well,
I don't think that's going to happen. Another has the Cox actually winning it all. But Beamer leaves anyway and takes the open Seminoles job after FSU fires Mike Norvell. By the way, whether Beamer goes to the Jackets or to the Noles, either way, he's replaced in Columbia by the Jayhawks' Lance Neopold. And 26 simulations, LSU, Alabama, and Georgia, 0 SEC titles.
Wow.
Oklahoma 6, Ole Miss 6, Tennessee 4, Texas A&M 4, South Carolina 3, Kentucky, Missouri, and Texas all with 1. No Georgia, no Bama, no Texas.
Now, how do they feel? They can't know who's going to catch a pass better than the quarterback throw. I mean, who's going to drop a ball.
They're predicting who gets injured.
Golly.
And how.
That's
so who wins the Heisman?
Yeah.
Ole Miss's Trinidad Chambliss, the most frequent recipient, 6 trophy wins out of the 26. He had the most second-place finishes. Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer won 4 Heismans. Auburn's Byron Brown, 3, and Arch Manning of Texas, and Levitt of LSU, and Jaden Maeva of Southern Cal, each won it twice. No Heisman for the Buckeyes, Julian Saying, just saying. Despite being Ohio State.
I'll be darned.
Clemson fails to make the playoff in every simulation. In 20 of the 26, this ends up with Dabo's final season, but he doesn't always get fired. In 5 seasons, Texas brought in Sweeney to replace Steve Sarkisian. In 3 of them, he took over for Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. Even multiple timelines in which Marcus Freeman goes to the NFL and Sweeney takes the Notre Dame job. That'll never happen. And one where he succeeds the retiring Kyle Whittingham at Michigan after 1 season. The cast of coaches in the mix for the Clemson job all over the place, including Beamer, Riley, Kenny Dillingham, Eli Drankwitz of Missouri, Jeff Brom of Louisville, and James Franklin, just fresh at Virginia Tech. But also Sarkisian and DeBoer. There's even 1 year in which LSU fires Lane Kiffin and hires Dabo Sweeney.
Holy
so
cow.
Kiffin then goes to Clemson. And another year, Kiffin adding to his resume of memorable exits by departing LSU after a 9-3 debut season for the NFL.
Okay.
The Tigers once again swing for the fences, and they hire DeBoer away from Alabama, which clears the way for Dabo to land in Bama. Another has Jeff Brom leaving Louisville to becoming the Georgia Tech head coach.
Wow.
Now remember, these are all outcomes that a computer game believes will happen. So step back from the ledge, Tech and Georgia fans. Yeah. This is not reality.
Hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
I mean, what a list. We got to keep track of this as it goes along. That's cool.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. Oh, by the way, in the Ozarks, when new Razorbacks head coach Ryan Silverfield first walked into the facilities at Arkansas, he asked that they turn on some lights. The response was, they are on. Ryan has spent his first few months changing what he calls the loser mentality in Fayetteville. How'd you like your fans of Razorbacks to hear that at the SEC Media Days today? Hear your new coach say this. They have a loser mentality. They had not bought new dumbbells for the weight room since Bill Clinton was president.
Wow.
Silverfield speaking says, we're changing out every light bulb in the building. It was so dark and dreary. Like, how do you get motivated? You walk the hallway and everything is trash. The stairs, nothing's been painted in there. The lights don't work. You walk in the weight room and the weights are 26 years old. I said, no wonder there's a loser mentality. You're talking Division III here. This is the SEC.
I don't blame him. Hey, kick a little butt and you can. I like it. I think that's
right.
Great. Rally
and he's
behind
been wooing big money folk like John Daly, wants them more involved. And despite Arkansas being the only game in town for the entire state, that's all anybody in Arkansas cares about is the Razorbacks.
That's true.
Neither Tyson Chicken nor Walmart were involved in the program. Silverfield aims to change that, saying if Walmart's on board, it's game over for everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good for him. Well, it's going to be interesting. Anyway, Pete Davis. All right, we got so much more coming. We're not even close to being done. Sports stuff and stuff. We got tweet stuff and Flounder's funny stuff and newsy stuff. And you're going to hear
Put the gun down, Georgia and Georgia Tech fans.
It's going to be fine. You're not going anywhere. But
it's a simulation.
Coaches are fine. Look out.
Every vote should count once and count right. Because trust in the process isn't optional, it's the law. And Extra 106.3 is proud to be Atlanta's conservative voice, bringing you the newsmakers and lawmakers that matter when it matters most. Listen live or stream us anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app.
Well, a little cooler, off and on rain stuff, still growing season. And so you builders and contractors, Stovall & Company, your third-generation wholesale landscaping supply company's got it all. I mean, the things that put up a backyard construction thing with a fireplace or an outdoor kitchen by the pool. And, of course, the sprinkler systems and all the sod and seed and flowers and trees and shrubs and plants. I mean, acres and acres. It's unbelievable. And, by the way, I love telling you, but it's true. If you need something really special, no one else in the world has it. If they can tell you where to get it, they will, even if it's not with them. You'll love this company, StovallInc.com.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPsETC.com.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I know a lot of our listeners, they've heard about the big, beautiful bill, but they might not fully understand all 900 pages of it. So what are some of the most important things folks need to know when it comes to taxes as they approach their retirement?
Oh, Kevin, I imagine the politicians don't know what half of that 900-page document was about. But as it pertains to financial planning, there's some major tax changes. Things like no tax on tips, some big deductions and changes to the way we pay taxes on Social Security. There's also some big changes to the way we're actually allowed to do SALT and other deductions to minimize what we pay from a tax perspective. But your CPA has got to be aware and got to be planning for that. So we've got to get to work on that.
I know it's 900 plus pages, Evan, but ultimately it's probably not what everyone had on their summer reading list. But ultimately, we know tax implications, they can really derail a retirement plan when all's said and done, can't they?
Well, 100%. I mean, think of it this way. If you make $1, but then you got to give half of it or more to Uncle Sam, and trust me, between capital gains taxes, taxes on your Social Security, taxes on your ordinary income and dividend and interest income, you're going to be giving a huge chunk to Uncle Sam unless we do some proper planning. And with that, we can minimize, in some cases, completely eliminate the taxes that you're paying.
A new tax plan can mean new tax strategies. And if you'd like to learn more, give Atlas Retirement a call today and let them put together a complimentary tax map just for you with absolutely no obligation. Give them a call today, 678-736-7799. Again, that's 678-736-7799 or online at atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
America! Chuck, yeah! Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the US of A at Shuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill. But those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings Wrangler rode in. Cool as can be. Tap GoodRx. Saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Here we go. It's the Stones. 1961, number one. Actually, 1969, they were number one. Honky Tonk Women. It was the Rolling Stones' 8th and last British number one. Dun, dun, dun. This song was written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. They were on holiday in Brazil, and the Stones initially recorded the track. Then Honky Tonk Women. They initially recorded the track as Country Honk in London in March of '69. Brian Jones was there during the recording sessions. The 8th and last number one in Britain. Let's see, a couple of birthdays here. Pete Davis, sports birthdays. Nomar Garciaparra is 53. He is the only player in the history of baseball in the major leagues with the last name Garciaparra. He is also one of only 13 players ever to have recorded 2 grand slams in the same game. And he's working for Sportsnet now. Another sports.
Where did he go to school?
Arizona State.
No,
or not.
He did not go to Arizona
Michigan State.
No, he went to a real college. He went to not even a college. He went to an institute.
Georgia State or what? Where?
Institute.
Oh, the Marine Corps.
Who's an institute?
The institute.
You were very
VMI,
close.
The
When you
VMI.
said when you said Georgia State, you were very close.
Georgia Tech.
Yes.
Oh, he went to Georgia Tech. That's right. And who's that big catcher, the big star catcher we had for Georgia Tech too? Went to Boston.
Joey Bart.
No, the other one. What's his name? The big.
Veritek.
Jason Veritek. Yeah, we had a lot of good players there. Anyway, another sports birthday. Gary Payton. The retired Hall of Famer basketball NBA known as the Glove. Gary Payton's 58, got the nickname for his mad defensive skills. Helped Miami Heat win their first ever championship in 2006. Gary Payton, 58 today. And let's see. Oh, and one more sports thing before I do we're going to do a musical birthday here in a second, Flounder. On this day, 5 years ago, we talked about the Native American tribes and so forth. This was the day the Cleveland Indians announced 5 years ago today they're going to change the name to the Guardians. Had retired the grinning Chief Wahoo in 2018. Also, a quick sports note. On this day in 1996, the Summer Olympics here in Atlanta, the women's gymnastics team wins its first ever team gold. And this was the one where Terry Shrug, by the way, 14-year-old Dominique Mosiano, the first American to compete, had a chance to clinch for gold, but she couldn't stick her landing on her first attempt. She took off a second vault, again slipped and fell. That led up to Carrie Strug, the final vaulter. And I watched this live, and I was in bed with the TV on, my little home in Brookhaven, and I was watching when Carrie Strug fell on the landing, heard a pop in her ankle. They didn't know whether at that point whether she could even need to go, whether they had won or not. They didn't know. So she said, I'm going to do it. I remember hearing Carola, what's his name, Bartelli, whatever his name was saying, can you do it? Can you do it? And she did. And she landed solidly when she did a perfect 1.5 twisting Yurchenko, landed on both feet, then spun and hopped on one toward the table and then collapsed. Her winning 9.7 was announced. Her coach, Bella, would carry the 4-foot 9-inch little spark plug to the medal stand. And I remember when she made the rounds in Atlanta on my talk show, we had her in the studio, and we were told not to ask her anything about dating. I was talking to the PR chick, and I would say, well, we want, is she dating? And she goes, oh, no, you can't. Oh, no, you can't. Oh, nothing about that. Oh, no. Nothing about men or anything about the guy. And that, freaking people. Anyway. And by the way, one more, a musical birthday here, as I've been looking for this all day. This is the birthday for a lady named Edie McClurg. Pete, do you know who Edie McClurg is?
Yeah, she was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
She was the secretary, and this is her famous soliloquy here. Flounder, if you will.
I don't trust this kid any further than I can throw him.
That's Ed, the principal.
Well, with your bad knee, Ed, you shouldn't throw anybody. It's true.
What is so dangerous about a character like Ferris Bueller is he gives good kids bad ideas.
Uh-huh.
Last thing I need at this point in my career is 1,500 Ferris Bueller disciples running around these halls. He jeopardizes my ability to effectively govern this student body.
Well, makes you look like an ass is what he does, Ed.
Thank you, Grace. I think you're wrong.
Oh, well, he's very popular, Ed. The sportos, the motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, dickheads. They all adore him. They think he's a righteous dude.
Edie McClurg, 81 years old. You gotta love her. And that guy Ed turned out to be a child molester. But what a great movie that was. Really a funny movie. Anyway, and one more quick thing. 1984, and again, I had to grok to make sure, because I've been wrong or right about this, and I never knew it all along. On this day in 1984, 21-year-old Vanessa Williams gives up her Miss America title, the first resignation in the pageant's history, after Penthouse had planned to announce publish nude photos of her in the September issue, made in 1983. She made history, the first black woman to win Miss America. Let's see. She did the photography as a summer job at a modeling agency in 1982, and she was told that she would be in silhouette and not recognizable. Well, when the pictures came out, you may have seen them. They were unfreaking believable. She was dropped lawsuits against a magazine, and the photographer learned that she'd actually signed a model release at the time and didn't really know what the bottom line was. She had to resign from the scandal. Now she's doing a public appearance and stuff like that. She was crowned Miss America. Then the story goes on, made a successful entertainment career as an actress and recording artist. Now, I double-checked, because there's a Vanessa Williams, the singer, known for her famous songs, which I can't think of at the moment, after the Penthouse magazine thing, but I even grokked this, and in fact, yes, it says they're the same person. Vanessa Lynn Williams won Miss America 83, then singer and actress, saved the best for last, Colors of the Wind, and by the way, it is illegal to own or trade the issue of that Penthouse magazine unless the centerfold has been taken out. The reason is the centerfold was underage Tracy Lords, who was about 14 when she did it. And it's illegal to even have it. That centerfold magazine, the Penthouse. All right, Timothy P. Flounder, how's it going? Holy cow, Flounder! We'll do this after the break here coming up. I've blown the whole segment. We're going to talk about that socialist who's putting it on the record about how they believe in violence and is willing to support that guy.
You can play it now if you want.
Let's do it. Here, this is a woman named Grace Mauser. I heard it on the morning show. The Socialist Democrat #2 leader in New York City, talking to Katie Pavlich, formerly at Fox and now with New Nation. Listen to what this. You're going to hear from Piker screaming first, and then Katie asks her whether she defends that guy. Here it is.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their red capitalist blood.
He also just started displaying a newspaper from September 12th, 2001, in the background of his stream showing the Twin Towers engulfed in flames. So as one of the loudest pro-DSA voices, is this something that your movement represents?
Hassan is a shock jock, and he is a very successful one that has brought a lot of young people who are disaffected, who spend a lot of time online, into a movement that actually connects them with their politics and with real action that they can take at the ballot box and talking to their neighbors. So I'm not in the business of defending the views of every single one of our 120,000 members, but I think he's speaking to a real anger that people feel, and that we are turning into something that is a democratic revolution. And I want to emphasize the democratic aspect. We in no way endorse any sort of violent overthrow, and we are winning at the ballot box because of the vision that we have put forward.
So just to follow up on that, as a DSA co-chair with one of your top surrogates, Hassan Piker, who is at all of the parties when your candidates win. He's been campaigning in Michigan for your Senate candidate. You can't just say what he said about murdering capitalists and watching their blood run in the streets is wrong and not start part of what DSA stands for?
I mean, I just said we would never endorse violence.
But particularly him and what he has said about this and murdering capitalists, millions of Americans who believe in capitalism across the country.
I'm pretty sure I very clearly answered your question. We would never
It's a yes
endorse.
or no question.
What is the question? If I endorse
Do you endorse what he said? Okay, great.
He's endorsing violence, but it's also a shock jock. And I think you're plenty familiar with the role those play in the media ecosystem.
So he's endorsing violence, but he's still welcome to campaign with your candidates in races across the country.
We really value the platform that he brings, yes, and the anger that he speaks to, and he turns that into something productive.
Values the anger that he's bringing and turns it into something productive. The guy who just said we need more blood in the streets. They can't turn away from it. And it's happened. The Democrat. There's going to be an explosion, man. This could be a really fun fall election. All right, look out, Kevin, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? If it's 106.3 on your Thursday, Braves win. There you go.
Join Daniel Madelon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. or listen to the podcast anywhere. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
So you got into an argument. Things got heated. Then a fight broke out, and it landed you in jail. Now what? You need A Second Chance Bail Bonds. They can get you or your loved one out of jail quickly, in most cases, in a few hours. So make the right call. A Second Chance Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. It's your mid-season check-in with your lawn equipment from Howard Brothers. Don't wait for your machine to slow down. Stay ahead of the repairs with Kawasaki Genuine Parts. From oil and filters to full-service kits, Kawasaki Genuine Parts deliver the reliability your equipment deserves. Get your parts at Howard Brothers and trust Kawasaki Genuine Parts to keep your machines working as hard as you do. Find a location near you at howardbrothers.com.
The summer's got you thinking about hitting the road, and with back to school right around the corner, you need a vehicle built for the road and safe enough for the family. And Subaru of Gwinnett has it for you. Like the 2026 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4. Or the 2026 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right size SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Your yard. It stresses you out between the watering, the seeding, the weeding, and mowing. And no matter what you do, you're never satisfied. Have you thought about artificial turf? It's low maintenance, it's pet friendly, and it looks amazing all year round. Those in the know use ATL Turf Go. ATL Turf Go is Atlanta's top choice for artificial grass installation. Let them build you a backyard of your dreams with a custom golf or putting green, outdoor kitchen or pool deck. They even specialize in custom concrete and stonework. They handle everything from design and grading to construction and drainage solutions. So whether it's residential lawns or recreational sports fields, ATL Turf Go can build you a stress-free space you'll love. So say goodbye to mowing, maintenance, and your wasted weekends. Learn more and schedule your free in-home consultation today. Call ATL Turf Go, 678-403-2339. That's 678-403-2339. Or visit atlturfco.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Stratton from Tom and Jerry's Roofing, a 10-year veteran of the U.S. Army. When my best friend Jerry and I opened Tom and Jerry's Roofing, we wanted our company to be an outlet for good. So with every roof we do, a portion goes to various veteran services and charities. Tom and Jerry's Roofing is passionate about giving you the best service and quality work possible. and that work turning into service for our heroes. So if you need a new roof or a repair, call us. We're Tom and Jerry's Roofing, where every roof helps veterans. TomandJerry'sRoofing.com.
Purple Wave Auction Box.
Hey there, folks. If you're buying or selling equipment, ride the wave.
Ride the wave. Purple Wave Auction makes it easy to sell.
Easy to buy. Construction, ag, fleet, and government equipment. All no reserve. All online.
All online.
Cruise on over to purplewave.com and get in the groove today.
Purplewave.com.
Hey Atlanta, it's Drake Baldwin here. When I won Rookie of the Year, I thought of everyone who helped me along the way. My friends, my family, and hot showers. That's why when something goes wrong, I call Superior Plumbing. Still locally owned, Superior has been serving Atlanta for over 40 years as the go-to plumber for leak repairs, toilet replacement, and water heater installation. They don't call them the honest one for no reason. Superior's team is my MVP. Remember, there's no job too small.
770-422 Plum.
The chairman of the board. Old Blue Eyes.
Strangers in the night.
Frank Sinatra.
Exchanging glances. This one is too tight.
1966.
Meow, 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 meow.
Getting a kind of a double crooner here with Mr. Sinatra. Frank Sinatra, number one in America's album chart list with Strangers in the Night. That LP would be the most successful of Frank Sinatra's career. 1966, certified platinum for 1 million copies in America. The title track would earn 2 Grammy Awards for Record of the Year and Best Male Vocal Performance. Man could sing, no question about it. Kevin Peyton Flounder, birthday list, got a couple here. Ronnie Cox, the actor, is 88. He was in Deliverance, Beverly Hills Cop, RoboCop, what's the other cop? RoboCop, Beverly Hills Cop, Deliverance. Ronnie Cox, 88. And Stephanie Seymour, the legendary Victoria's Secret and Sports Illustrated model, is 58. She dated Axl Rose and is the bride in Guns N' Roses' November Rain video. Just for the record there, with the thing there. And on this day in history, some sad notes. In 1982, Vic Morrow, the TV and movie star, and 2 child actors were killed in an accident involving their helicopter filming a Vietnam War scene in California for the movie Twilight Zone. Vic Morrow was 53. The kids were 6 and 7. The battle scene had special effects explosions that caused the pilot of the low-flying chopper to lose control, crashed into them, and killed them. The pilot, plus co-director John Landis and 4 other men working the film, including the coordinator of stunts and stuff, were all charged with involuntary manslaughter. The first time a film director faced criminal charges for events that occurred while making a movie. They said it was an accident, it was a horrible accident. The jury acquitted them all. It was a 10-month trial. The Twilight Zone movie crash. 10-month trial. The jury found them all innocent. Families sued, and of course there were amounts that were settled and so forth. Anyway, I never missed Combat, the TV series Combat, black and white show about World War II with Vic Morrow, the star.
Yeah, they figured out he had dandruff too.
Oh, really? They got tell because how did they tell that?
They found his head and shoulders in the bush.
They tell by finding the... Okay, I wasn't even going to say this, but now I'll turn this around me. I mentioned the series Combat. In the movie, in the TV series Combat, at one time, there was a bit character actor named... I can't even think of his name now. Chris Colt. And when I got out of the Marines and went to Arizona State University, I got a job as a disc jockey at a country music station called Tom Peterson was my name. And one of the guys there, Chris Colt, was the morning man. I was a midday. I was the afternoon guy, actually. Afternoon. I was number one afternoon drive guy, country jock. Okay, so he was a photographer, and he wanted to take my picture. So he took a picture of me. One day we met at this place, and there's a picture of me, which I still have, which is disgusting. I look like about 17-year-old prep school kids. This is after the Marines. I had tortoiseshell glasses, and I was leaning up with my glasses on, leaning up against a wall. Like a concrete wall. I looked like such a... I'm going to find that. I'm going to post it. I'll send it to you. Oh, God. It's awful.
I need a good laugh.
I look like an idiot. I mean, I look like a real idiot.
I know. You usually take such credit. You're so photogenic.
I'm horrible. I'm a science project. I'm surprised they didn't throw me out of the Shunkin' Shack there yesterday. But Shunkin' Shack. Shunkin' Shack. Anyway, by the way, single women have a new survey here. Single women have a new dating deal breaker. Residents say the list of attributes they want to find in a potential beau. You better have no roommates. If a man doesn't have his own place, I'm not dealing with him. I'm not dealing with a guy with a roommate. It's heavy no. I need you to be on your own. I need to see it. Debating whether a roommate is a practical reality of expensive stuff. And the guys are saying, hey, wait a minute now. I got a roommate because I'm saving all this money for when I can be out on my own so I can have girls like you. But anyway, now, the freaking women, I wouldn't be in the dating world. Oh, my Lord.
Well, no wonder there's a lot of women with all these rules.
Yeah, I mean, geez. How about the old-fashioned? Well, no, I can't even talk
Don't give
about
a guy an excuse to stay home and play with his Xbox and PlayStation.
That's right. That's exactly correct. Exactly where it's going on. There's no question about it. I'm going to I'm finding that picture. I'm going to make a note. No, I'll send it to you. And I'll post it. I hold everything. How about one more Flounders Funny? I'll bet you're probably here.
Wouldn't want to be Somalian right now. That's all the Democrats in the States are like, oh, it's just horrific watching my Somali neighbors being ripped from their homes. I'm like, if you have Somali neighbors, you live in a bad area. But I feel bad for the Somalians because they're being called garbage and they're trying to defend themselves online and they don't have anything to work with. They have like one picture and one video of Mogadishu. The picture is like from a rooftop of a building. And it's like 2 blocks from the beach, and you can see the beach, and they post it, and they go, look at Somalia, it's beautiful. And it's like, yeah, how about you turn that camera around? I want to see a guy in the street with an AK-47 strapped to his back.
Mr. Ben Bankus right there.
There you go. Well, boys, tomorrow, and again, congratulations, Braves. 3 out of 4 of you, if I'm not mistaken. And off for a little road trip in a little bit. In the meantime, tomorrow, Let It Rip Friday. Anything goes. Pete Kimmer and Flounder on 106.3. And I'm going to go fight that concert traffic now with Leonard Skinner, the newly made one. And Christine, sing me home, baby, because I got to go eventually. You're killing me. Look out, Herb.
Streaming across Georgia on the Extra 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
Threat from Iran. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. Tehran